Hello?
Did it work?
I think we did it.
Dude, that
First
was
try.
Bro, if I was just sitting in my seat and trusted you, that would have been a fantastic intro. The best yet. Except we haven't introed it yet.
Hey guys, what is up? We don't even have chat open because we don't have a laptop.
Yeah, I didn't
But this is a
bring it.
podcast, so we don't necessarily need
chat.
Chat.
But, I mean, they sometimes have good input. You guys have good input. I'm saying you guys, and I'm pointing to the camera as if...
Sometimes. But anyways, welcome to episode 25 of Brothers CM Podcast. That's 1 year straight.
That's August 6th.
Is that right? 25 episodes, but 1 year, 365 days every other week. Did we skip a week?
We did. Well, when Rick and Haley were in town, we did miss that 1 week, and we were a week late. And then you wanted to make it up.
But we're doing it now.
Well,
we just
missed last.
So we did technically miss
a week.
But we're here. So it should have been
did
26 episodes for a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it 26 weeks in a year? Or
52.
52.
And we did it every other week. Yeah.
So we missed one. So technically,
bro,
that's pretty good for us.
Dude, we did 13 episodes in 7 years. We've knocked out 25 in a year. I'd say that's a win.
I think that's a win.
That's a huge win.
For sure.
Dude, I love that.
I gotta make sure that I bring up chat on my phone. But we got a great podcast today.
Dude, they're all great.
I mean,
here's the thing. We could talk about last week's topics if we want to. We wrote out topics for this week, but I feel like for a year now of podcasts, we've had stuff written down and then have completely derailed every single podcast.
True.
You know? And so, I'm happy we made it a whole year, and I feel like there's been a lot of new viewers and stuff like that.
Dude, my phone is SOSing. It's calling an emergency service. We're good. Sorry about that.
Dude.
sorry about that.
Real professional.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm sorry. We're back. I was just trying to get the chat open so we could see it live.
Thanks a lot, chat. See what you guys did?
Don't blame my chat for your actions.
Excuse me?
What?
For my action? So, dude, catch us up. Dude, recap the whole last year.
The whole last year.
A lot has happened.
I've
moved.
Yeah, you moved
dude,
across
actually,
the country.
A lot
has happened in the last year.
Where
were we at last summer?
And a kid.
Last summer. No, did we start last summer?
Dude, we weren't actually gonna. I was like joking, like, haha, dude, recap, just talk about the entire last year. But dude, there has actually been a lot of shit.
You moved.
Dude, so we started in August of last year. I was definitely back home.
Yeah, we were doing it just like from our own houses over the internet. We weren't doing it in a live room. I don't know how many episodes we've done here in a live room together or in the same room, but I feel like it's been a good amount now.
Yeah,
since February. So shoot, quick math says like what, 6 months?
6 months.
6 months. Almost 6 months now.
12, almost
half the episodes.
Yeah.
Wait, what? That's actually nuts.
Yeah, dude. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy, dude. We're still in the middle of quarantine, still in the middle of a pandemic,
and it's the beginning of August.
I moved twice.
You have moved twice, technically.
Yeah,
I gave you the
since
boot.
we restarted the podcast.
Yeah,
I've moved twice.
That's true.
I live in a different state now.
Yeah, you have a mustache now.
I have a mustache now.
You didn't have a mustache last podcast.
I did not.
I don't think so. Maybe?
I think I had facial hair.
You had facial hair, but you didn't have just a mustache.
So if you guys are listening right now, I made a bet with my chat, which has been fucking popping off, by the way. I made a bet with chat that if we reached a certain sub goal, that I would just shave everything but my mustache. And it stemmed from the podcast. I was talking about it on the podcast. I showed you the picture of me with just a mustache that I took as a joke at like one day when I was shaving. And you were cracking up, and then so I got like tweets afterwards that were like, why didn't you post that picture?
Man up.
Why didn't you post a picture of your mustache, Vern? And I was like, look, if you guys want the picture, if we hit this amount of subs, like I'll literally, you won't need a picture. I'll shave my face, dude. And they killed it. And so I'm like this for a minimum of a month. But honestly, I've already made this joke like 7 times. It's growing on me.
I see.
Do you get it? Because it's a mustache. It's physically growing on me. Funny. But also the saying.
Yeah. Thank you for
it's growing on me.
Thank you for breaking that down. Can you say it one more time?
Like,
just in case I didn't get
it's growing on me. Like when something. Like when something that you don't know or you don't like, the more you're exposed to it, the more you like it. It's growing on you.
You know what's not growing on me? This fucking joke that you're doing right now.
This bit? You didn't like
sucks.
this bit?
This bit sucks.
Dude,
it's not growing on me.
They probably enjoy it. Chat enjoyed it.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But your mustache does look pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's really not. You can definitely pull it off for sure. So
Except I feel like there's two benefits to growing my mustache out right now and like experimenting with facial hair in general.
Okay.
Is because one, every time we go out in public, there's masks on.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So no one can see it, right?
Right.
But that being said, anyone who knows me, because we have our group of friends out here who have been in quarantine and like working from home and stuff, who we trust and that are safe, and we're trying to do our best to stay proactive with this. But we've been seeing friends on and off last
people that we know have been safe in quarantine. Yeah.
And they don't know that I just have a mustache, and so when that mask comes off, they're like, "Wow, you have a mustache," and I'm like, "That's not like normally like a weird thing to have, but
you're pulling it off." I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
And I'm the first to give you shit for your facial hair.
I told chat about what my mom said, but she was creeping on Instagram or my Twitch channel, and literally like she texted me immediately. Also, what's going on? This is like without skipping a beat. Oh, I love you. I miss you. I hope you've been well. We're doing good over here. Also, your mustache is creepy. It's like, thanks, Mom. That's what I needed to hear today.
I will admit, people have been saying it, and it's true. You do got some Freddie Mercury vibes, which is a good thing. Like
I got that before I shaved my facial hair. And so now I think this is just like playing into it almost.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. Because, he's...
It's not bad.
I mean, Freddie Mercury's mustache was thick.
Who?
You know?
Okay, no, I know exactly who the celebs you get all the time.
Who?
Gordon Hayward and Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Are two like
I get Chris Hardwick a lot too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Gordon, I think out of all of them, Gordon Hayward makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like it really does.
Especially now because he's also growing out facial hair. We just watched.
He has a mustache.
Yeah.
And I look at it and he's got red facial hair like I do. It's just I'm a little bit more athletic than he is, but
yeah,
for sure.
I mean, but he's doing all right for himself.
I mean, he's a better gamer for sure.
Yeah, dude, he'll slap you around in some league.
Dude, he's really good at Valorant.
Yeah.
Well, we did that stream together. Everyone comes in and goes, "Oh, are you Gordon Hayward? Oh, I didn't know Gordon Hayward streamed."
And that's,
I don't know,
dude. And
everyone's got the same
collided,
joke. And then we did a stream together, and everyone's like, "Wait,
funny.
what?"
Dude, that is like primo marketing.
I know.
Like, I don't know if they knew that was an ongoing joke amongst your community.
Think so.
But like, man, when like those worlds colliding was like perfect marketing. You're like, holy shit, 2 Gordon Haywards. Holy shit, 2 Gold Gloves. Like it's, dude, that was so good.
It was the greatest anime crossover that my channel could have ever
I didn't even know what was
for.
happening. You didn't even tell me. I learned from chat, as I usually do. Vern, Gordon Hayward's playing with Gordon Hayward right now. I'm like, what? You're like, Gold Glove's playing with Gold Glove.
Dude, so good. It was funny. So we're both sponsored by Xfinity.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they have a thing for guys that look like us. I'm not totally sure. But he did an Xfinity commercial. And we also shot one too, me and Steph. But ours hasn't aired yet, or they decided not to air it. I don't know, for some behind the scenes reason they didn't do it. So people were coming in. Yeah, people were coming into my stream and they're like, "Oh, I saw your Xfinity commercial." I was like, "Oh, that's super cool," thinking that they meant the actual commercial that I shot, but they were talking about the Gordon Hayward commercial. They were just messing with me.
So you got excited and you're like, "Oh, it's happening," but then also it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
But it could have happened. So your joke's not necessarily a joke,
True.
Chat. Like you're just fucking with him at this point.
Dude, I was actually like, "Wait, is it airing?" Wait, no,
yeah.
That's not my commercial.
Super confused. They link you and everything, and then you start second guessing it. Like, wait, is that me?
Dude, actually, I saw a side view of Gordon Hayward with headphones on, and I was like, wait, is that? Oh, that's not me. That's
I don't
Gordon.
remember being there.
I was so confused.
Yeah, dude,
we look very similar. We have, especially now, because I've been doing the hard part, which was not intentional. Like, I didn't think, oh, Gordon Hayward does that, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then I noticed
you really started doing the hard part after I did. He was like, wow, Vern looks
that's true.
good with the hard part.
That's true. Or I was just like, man, I guess I'll try a different haircut, and it was
And Vern looks so good with a hard part.
You get your hair hard parted, but then you don't even do anything.
I do when it's properly hard part. I haven't found a good barber out here. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn.
Like it's nothing against them.
You've only tried like 2 people.
I have only tried like 2 people.
Yeah.
But it's like bro, it was just something about my that's gonna be like, dude, when I go home to visit family, I'm also visiting my barber. He doesn't know that I have this kind of relationship with him at all, because like we barely even talk, dude. But like from day one when I went to go see this man, so he was recommended to me by one of my friends I go to the gym with, and I walk in and I was like, hey, like this is kind of what I want to go for, but like something different. This is all don't worry, I've got you. And I sat down, didn't say another word. Man, sauced it up real fucking nice. I felt good. I looked good.
There you go.
And then, dude, every single time I walked in that bitch, he was like, same thing. And that's all. And
I think your hair looks good right now. You just don't do anything with it sometimes.
It gets too long. And like it.
You can still do stuff with it.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
That's half the battle.
I'm lazy. I don't like putting product in my hair if like.
I use hairspray most of the time.
Like a lot of times, it
but
depends.
Blow dry your hair, and then
there's so much that goes into it that like no joke. Like if I shower like in the middle of the day, like I can't go to bed with product in my hair. I just can't do it.
Well, you shower at night anyway.
Yeah, usually, but I've been working out more recently, and so I've been showering after my workouts, before my streams and stuff, and so it's just been like this constant.
It's laziness.
Well, no, because I really don't want to have to take 2 showers a day. I can go put product in my hair real quick, but I usually end up putting hat on anyways because it'll droop, man. It's
because you're not using the right product. If it droops, you've seen how long my hair gets on top, and I can make it so it doesn't droop.
I got bad colics, dude.
You do. Your cowlicks are right in the front.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
There's 2 of them, too.
But sometimes I feel like that's advantageous. I've seen your hair. Your hair automatically sticks out.
Oh, dude. Like, sometimes it's good, but it's, like, too long right now. To where, like, I have this is way too in-depth, and I'm sure nobody fucking cares that's listening right now. But
I care.
We've started talking about it, so I'm going to finish.
I'm curious.
I have, like this perfect, like, little swoop that I'm very, very grateful for. But then, like, one little piece on the right side of my hair that will, like, flick the other way. And I'll put product in it, and then, like, dude, any sort of like movement, and I get aggressive on stream, especially we've been playing hella 2K recently. I be fucking screaming at people, dude. I be standing up, walking around my room, like fucking hitting the air, beating the shit out of Ghost in my office. And so like I'm very, very animated when I do things, and so just over time I start to sweat and shit. It just starts to droop. Bro, it just starts to droop, and it's like tickling my eyebrow, and then I'm like, I start getting fucking pissed, and then I'm like, I'm constantly playing with my hair, and then I'm all of a sudden like, I start getting real angry with it, and it's just like, bro, like fucking stay, and then I like considered like going in that bitch with some scissors and just cutting that little thing off.
Yeah, you know what you need to do? There's a solution. You're gonna have to maintain it more because it gets too long. So you're gonna have to go get it cut more often.
It's just
and get it cut shorter.
Doing anything during a pandemic is weird. It is.
Haircuts are not weird right now.
Oh, it's super weird.
No,
I literally, not. Dude, it was so. I had to have a mask on.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when he's cutting my ears, he's like, just take the mask off and hold it on your face. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's weird to me. And like, we're not really talking much. And then like one of the other barbers, like it would like, I guess it was like a shift changeover. He came in to like have one of his appointments, just walking through willy nilly, no mask or anything like that. And like, we're just chatting with the dude.
Weird.
And yeah, I don't know. It was just like a really, I didn't feel like uncomfortable. Like I didn't feel like my life was in jeopardy or anything like that. It was just it's a weird situation. Everything's weird now. Going to the grocery store is weird now. Like it actually took me like,
I'm kind of used to it now.
So that's the thing is it took me several trips to the grocery store to like actually become like comfortable going, because for the longest time like I was really relying on
Postmates
you and you and Steph
going to the grocery store.
Like anytime you guys would go, I'd be like, oh, eggs, can you guys get eggs? Like no joke. And like I would strictly go to like the like little corner store down the street because it was usually way less populated. Like that was what like my comfort zone, and plus it was weird like just like being in a new area and like with people and places that you're unfamiliar with, and like this all happened like right after I got here, so I didn't really have much time to explore. So it was, I don't know, it's a lot of transitioning.
Fair enough.
You know,
I'm just
a lot goes into it that you didn't think about, doesn't it?
Sure, yeah, I guess. I mean, you know, you could just
grew up here. What do you mean?
You could just fucking do it.
The store down the street is a store you've been going to your whole fucking life.
No, it's not. I haven't.
You've been in this house for how long, bro?
5 years.
You've been going to that store your whole life.
My whole life. Okay, fine. You know what? I can't argue with that logic. You're right.
You get what I'm saying,
My whole life, yeah. Yeah. And in the new house, hopefully I get to shop in the same place.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
I said that like I know the area. Yeah, you'll be fine, dude. It's 45 minutes, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll just drive the 34 5 minutes.
But it's
34
what you're
5
comfortable
minutes.
with.
Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to get familiar with it. Like, it's starting to become just the norm. Like, oh, I don't forget my mask
scary is
ever.
that?
It is kind of weird. It is kind of scary.
I have masks on deck. Like I got 2 masks in my house.
I just bought 2 more masks.
Yeah.
I just bought 2 more masks. Now I'm like, I'm kind of getting over like the normal blank mask. Now I'm like, oh, they got blazer masks, and I got a Smitty mask now.
I was talking about it with John, and John had been like started making masks and stuff like that, and he was like, I really feel like it's gonna be like a fashion thing after this.
Yeah.
Like, it's been very normalized out east, right? In like China and stuff like that. Like, people wear masks all the time. Like, whenever anyone's sick or anything like that, they always just wear a mask.
True. Yeah.
And I feel like after, like, now that we've had to deal with it and we've seen firsthand what, like, these types of viruses and just illnesses in general are capable of, like...
Better be safe than sorry.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And, like, if people can get off their fucking high horses and America, you're violating my rights, people... just will wear a mask and see that it's not that big a deal. I feel like it's starting to go into like a more of a fashion thing than anything, which will be good.
Yeah, even when I was flying in the U.S., even before all this, I would run into people in the airport and I would see people on my flight and they'd be wearing masks.
Dude,
and I used to think like that's kind of weird, but like
same.
But now I completely understand.
Yeah.
Like especially if they were flying to and from China a lot. Like I totally understand. And so now I don't even bat an eye. Like when I see someone not wearing a mask, that's when I'm like, what the fuck is this person doing?
Yeah. Oh, you just don't give a fuck about anyone else around you. Yeah. Crazy.
Or yourself or your family or just like, I don't know. But
people got some weird logic into not wearing masks.
People always have a reason to not do something. There's always.
I call it logic, but that's just
sometimes
for lack of a
just
better
straight
word.
Up stubbornness. You know,
and
stupidity.
Ignorance.
There's a lot of words you could use to describe these people, but it is what it is. You know,
dumbasses.
Yeah. If you're trying to get really
unless
cynical.
if you're listening to the podcast and you just don't think you need to wear a mask,
fuck you.
Yeah, actually. I was gonna have like a bigger build up to that, but that's what I was getting at. Go fuck yourself. Put on a fucking mask.
Yeah.
You can breathe. You're fine.
God, dude. I can't breathe. Did you see that? Oh, there was some dude. He did a video. He's like, he made this video where he smoked. He did something else, and then he ran like a marathon while wearing like 5 masks, and he did it just fine.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can breathe. I'm fine. Like he trying to prove that the mask is not restricting your breathing whatsoever. Yeah. And so he did all these fucking just outlandish things, and then he was like, I'm fine. I'm totally. It's.
And there was people definitely in the comments that were like, oh, well, he's this and this and this.
He's got a higher lung capacity than I do.
Fucking hell, man. It's crazy to me. All right, I don't want to sit here and bitch about it. I could for 2 whole hours about people not wearing masks, but I digress.
Good.
We have other things that we want to talk about.
1 year.
Dude,
it's 1 year.
It feels good.
It feels good.
And I feel like we're only picking up steam.
Getting more comfortable doing it.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is today was the closest we've gotten to a flawless intro.
Yeah, it wasn't flawless. My phone going to SOS emergency mode.
We didn't even intro it. We just were happy that we got the music turned down and the mics turned on. Dude, and
which is a win for us.
A whole year, and we're like, fuck yeah, guys.
Okay, but to be fair, the production, that was never an issue when we were doing it remotely. Like when you were at home, because I could do it on my mixer and I had headphones on.
Yeah, but also
we did have some internet issues, and you were lagging, and we've always had some issues with the podcast.
Yeah, but
it's
you guys
not
are
flawless.
still here, and made it a whole year, and I feel like it's only going to get better from here. Yeah, and I'm glad. I'm just happy that people are actually listening.
Yeah,
dude, I can't remember the last project I had where people were like, in my stream and tweeting at me and be like, oh dude, I really like the podcast, or I really like this series, dude, all the time.
Yeah,
that's one of the most the biggest comments just out of the blue is been really loving the podcast lately, and that makes me feel so damn good.
It's nice to hear that, even because it's separate from what we normally do.
Yeah,
right. It's not good. obviously you love to hear like, hey, good stream yesterday, I had a blast, but like for us to kind of do a passion project and have people, you know, be very interested in it.
That's what I think that's what this is. Because dude, I don't even know how many people, like, you deal with a lot of the back end stuff, which I'm really, really grateful for. If we can just get like a little shout out to Bren real quick, because he's recently taken over pretty much everything on the back end, like uploading it to different platforms and stuff like that. I mean, you say that, but you still do it, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how it works. So it's easy. You could lie to me and be like, dude, I'm putting in like 14 hours a day on this podcast. And I'd be like, shit, dude, wish I could help. Got to go back to my own stream though, you know? So I'm very, very grateful that you do that, and it's dude, I don't know. I'm like happy that it seems to be doing well, but like I said, I don't know how well it's actually doing.
It's a passion project. Yeah. Like, you know, for me, I'm starting to get to the point where even if something doesn't necessarily perform, like it's like the whole Gears montage thing that I did.
Yeah.
That thing didn't perform at all. The viewers who watched it are probably just like diehard Gears fans or who are like wanted a little bit of a nostalgia, you know, from the olden days. But like me watching that, me having paying someone to edit that and create that video, that was completely for me.
Dope. Yeah.
You know, that was just, I wanted to do that for me. And I like that. Like I like picking out these little passion projects that I just want to work on. Too.
I think people can tell when you do something because you feel like you have to, versus when you are extremely passionate about it and you just want to do it. Because like even with streams, like I was talking to my stream like all last week, or like this week, whatever, like how just excited I've been to stream. And like, don't get me wrong, easier. I enjoy streams all the time, but there's like weeks, months at a time where like I wake up and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna play today. Like nothing sounds fun. Yeah. Like and it has nothing to do with streaming in general. It's just like the actual like content that I'm about to produce. Now, like I have no clue what I'm gonna be streaming, but I'm excited to stream because they've been that fun recently, and it's such a good feeling,
dude. It can make a world of difference when you're passionate about the game you're playing too. Like sometimes, you know, it's just how this industry is. There's funks where there's just like not a lot of new games coming out, or maybe just the games that have been out, they've been out for a while, they're starting to get stale, or maybe there's just, you know, maybe there's some new games, but they don't necessarily interest you, not your style of game. But like lately, it's just been kind of banger after banger after banger. Like Warzone came out, that held my attention. That's still kind of holding my attention. Not as much as it did, but I'm actually really excited for Season 5, which we can talk about today. But Warzone was holding my attention for like multiplayer stuff, and then Rogue Company came out, and like,
dope.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough, they came to me and they're like, hey, we would love for you to do we want to sponsor you to play our game. And I was actually interested in that game regardless. So
dude, that's always the best.
It's a win-win, right? Essentially get paid to play a game that you're going to play anyway. Why not?
Yeah, of course.
So Hi-Res Studios, absolutely fantastic. They're the creators of Smite, which has obviously been huge. They're also the creators of another game that I can't think of right now. But you know, this was their kind of their take on.
Didn't they do the BR, the Realm Royale?
Yes, Realm Royale. Okay. I didn't play it. I never played Realm Royale. I played a little bit of it.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. They pump out these really, really good games that people are really into, and Rogue is the exact same. Third-person shooter. So that's been kind of holding my, you know, if I want to play something that's not a BR, but it is a shooter still, Rogue Company's been really good. Helps that I'm kind of nasty at it, so it makes it more fun. And then, dude, 2K, because the NBA restart is just taking over my life.
That's what it is, man. I think like just basketball being back and so prevalent right now, especially because we can get into this later, but like a couple of the other major sporting leagues are fucking up a little bit.
Dropping I would say ball. Just one specifically.
For sure, yeah, MLB, dude, you guys, holy shit.
Miami Marlins, what the fuck are you doing?
But dude, just having basketball back has like instilled like this newfound itch. Like, I want to grind 2K, but it's getting to the dangerous point where,
dude, I've been
like,
playing it like
you
nonstop.
You get good at a game, and so then it becomes like you're no longer playing for fun. You're playing to fucking win.
Yeah.
And I noticed that like my attitude, like I get real fucking serious when we're in the rec. Yeah. I get real serious.
I do too.
Like when I'm having a bad game, I'm pissed. When
you know what it is? It reminds me of when we used to play Gears, because you know we were all good at it, but we wanted to win constantly. We hated losing so much that like. You it's the competitive nature in both of us, because I do it too, and I get snippy.
Yeah.
Like I don't get snippy at anyone playing games if I'm just having fun and don't give a shit. It's when I hate losing, I become very critical of what people do, and then I can become very snippy. And you do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely.
We do it to each other, but the difference is we've been doing that to one another for, oh my God, since we met each other.
Yeah.
Like we know that, like, in that moment, we're snippy, like we're critical about how one, performed in a certain play, or we did something in the moment. But I know that you don't fucking hate me.
Next game, we're fine.
We're fine.
Dude,
exactly.
I actually feel really guilty sometimes because when we play in the rec, it's usually like you and I, and then like maybe we'll bring in George or I feel like
Mike. George is not
but even like we'll bring in like viewers, subs and stuff. And like when I'm going off and like yelling at people, like I literally cannot express this enough that like I would not hold that against you. I might joke about it later, like Walrus is in my stream.
Fuck Walrus.
And,
No,
and like I was giving him shit like 2 days after about him like DCing in the first game. I was like, dude, like I'm traumatized from that. Like I get PTSD about you DCing from my game and throwing when I'm almost at a 99 overall. And so, but I hope everyone that we play with, and like Walrus and like Sinatra, all them Frosty, all them guys, like they know that I'm just joking, and like I do take it seriously when we're playing, but I leave it on the court.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Imagine saying that about a video game. Hey, bro, I left it on. Hey, we're gonna leave it on the court.
Hey, we leave it on the court.
Leave it on the
but
court.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Like I'm the same way. I was the same way when we played Gears, because back when we played Gears GBs, like that was when we were playing GBs every day. We had our squad. Granted, it was a little different because it was like we had our set 4 or 5 players every day. So like everyone was a little chippy with everyone. Like if someone fucked up, you let the other person know. That's just what you do in a team. You hold each other accountable. You try to get better. But so like I haven't been like that in a long time with anything.
Same.
I have the same mentality with Warzone sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when there's days where I take it really seriously, like where I'm playing really well, and then if someone else fucks off, like it does irritate me. There's certain days, and then there's certain days where I don't give a shit.
I think that's like, it's just like progression in games. Like when you first start playing a game, like everyone's having, like you have this learning curve, and you're like
Rocket League.
You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is like I didn't put as much time into Rocket League. So
and whenever you hated playing with me
because you were like, you took it so serious, and I just genuinely didn't know how to take it serious. I was still like in that learning phase.
Yeah.
Right? But now that like we have an understanding of the game, and like we're good at the game now, when we like, now it's time to win. Yeah. Now like we're trying to win. And so when we don't do that, and it's like I have to remind myself that we're playing with people like Mike and George, who really don't play 2K all that often, and they're really, I don't think they're like huge fans of basketball. And then we're like constantly rotating out subs and stuff like that. Like we have a different squad, so like there's not gonna be a team chemistry at an all-time high constantly. But like me, like I'm playing well, I just expect everyone else to like do their fucking part, and when they don't, I like get super upset, and I shouldn't. I literally have to take a step back and remind myself. I think I've said that on stream a couple of times, where we're literally like, we're playing with people that don't.
We're literally playing
often. Like it's like just take a
breath. We're sweating and
I will. We're gonna play tonight, and I'm gonna fucking sweat hard.
Dude, it is true though. Like, this is the first year that I think you and I both have ever committed to playing 2K online. Like, really committed.
Yeah.
I mean, we
played it every year. It's always been my career. I dabbled in my team for a long while, but really? I've never really fucked with the park or rec. Yeah,
and this, I think, we talked about this on the previous podcast, but it's because this is the first year where the online lag feels manageable.
Absolutely.
It's not, like, the delay isn't that bad compared to how it's been in previous iterations of the game.
Not only would you have to deal with the delay, but, like, people would be stuttering around the court. Like playing defense was near impossible. Dude, it was just a mess.
So this year has been definitely the best online aspect they've ever had.
Sure.
And so I really got into it. I got into Park at first. I was just dicking around in Park, and then finally putting a 5-man squad together and actually playing like real basketball in rec. I was like, oh shit, this is fun as hell.
That's where my, like, I'm not gonna say addiction, but like I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Like, I just love basketball, and so like being able to like get that simulation in like a competitive atmosphere.
And use your basketball IQ, like live in situations, know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, okay, like if you don't understand the game of basketball, I could see how rec, one, you don't take it as serious, and two, there's a lot of moving parts. It's hard. Like, not only do you need you need to actually understand the game of basketball and what to do in certain scenarios, but if you don't know how to play the game well, it can be very frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you might know what to do, but you don't know how to make your character do it.
I think a good way to describe it is like the park in general is like for fans of like basketball video games, and like the rec is for fans of basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like it's a 5-on-5. It's more realistic. Like you'll sometimes have like high scoring games and stuff. Dude.
Didn't work today. So Sullivan's been busting his head into the door and getting in during the podcast. We literally put like a chair under the doorknob to hold it still.
Literally like people doing movies
to
like lock people out.
And he just banged his head on the door and tried to open it, but it didn't open.
It scared me, which is why I stopped real quick. But dude, what a dog, man.
Dude, what a dog.
What a dog.
What a dog. Speaking of dog, Gary Trent Jr., he's a dog.
Oh, bro. Yeah, bro. So I've been coming over. I've been coming over to watch the Blazers games with you.
Yeah.
Since I can't find my Pistons anywhere out here.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
They just don't broadcast.
Yeah, they're blacked out. Yeah,
and all of
the
Pacific Northwest is crazy. But I'm pretty sure they're undefeated in the bubble.
Yeah, I think they're on pace
to
win the championship.
They've never lost in the bubble.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Undefeated. So we've been watching a ton of Blazers games, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think like not being able to watch the Pistons, I was telling you, I think I'm like slowly becoming a Blazers fan. They're a fun team to watch.
It's hard not to like the Blazers
Yeah.
once you really like just commit to like watching them and getting a feel for their team. And
dude, I really like their leadership. I like their characters. You know, like Nurk being back. Dude, he's funny. He's fun to watch.
Nurk's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
There's a reason Nurk fever is a thing in this area, man. Like it's hard to not root for the dude. He plays fucking hard. He's a bully ball player.
Absolutely.
Like he bullies
bro.
people.
I watched him throw an elbow and then like be like,
what elbow? I didn't throw an elbow.
Like, but I mean, in his defense, like it was like literally just a situation where he was taller than his defender, and like it wasn't, his elbows weren't up. They were like just at his side where elbows tend to be. And because he was bigger, he caught the dude in his face. I think it was Marcus Smart.
It was Marcus Smart.
Yeah. And Marcus Smart like fell down, caught it because Nurk's he got big elbows. It's a big boy.
No, they reversed that. That wasn't a foul on Nurk, didn't they? Or did they?
No, that was a different play.
Oh, was it a different
play?
But
it was he was like, I didn't throw.
And he didn't technically in that play.
But
he had his elbows, but he's so much bigger that him just turning was like Marcus Smart's
dude. And
head.
it was. I mean, Marcus Smart is okay, so this is the only reason I'm gonna say it was funny. But it was funny.
It was funny.
Like if he got hurt, obviously that'd be a problem. But
yeah, anyways, before we get on to topic of NBA bubble, because I still want to talk more about 2K. And I really want to talk more about like the competitive nature of games, because
hit me.
You hit it perfectly. It's like the stages of games, and it must be like this for most gamers. Like you get introduced to a game, you go, oh wow, this game's really fun, I like this, and then it's the learning process, and you're learning all the things, and you're having fun with it, and then you hit the point you're like, okay, I get the game, like it's clicked.
I'm good.
I
understand
now.
How to play. I understand how to win.
Now I need to learn how to get better. And so that I don't lose. Like that. And that is where I feel like after, I mean, I have 100 plus games in the park played and 100 plus in the rec played now. 150 or 60 in the rec. I think we've played so much recently that my rec games have gone up a lot. And I feel like now I'm like, okay, it's too late in 2K20's life cycle, but like day one, 2K21, we're playing Pro-Am.
So hard.
Like I'm grinding my career, so I have a character that I'm like I can play Pro-Am with, and then we're putting a Pro-Am team together.
I'm so down for that.
Like I will go so fucking hard.
Absolutely.
We'll get fucking sick ass jerseys. We'll like actually
in
play
real life.
We'll wear
them every stream. Dude, I'm actually so down for that. Like it's hard now because Pro-Am is sweaty. I think we played a couple of Pro-Am games, or I have.
I don't think I ever have.
I think I played a couple of Pro-Am games, and they were like, you think the people in the rec, like when they're coordinated running zones and stuff like that, like these people try hard.
Pro-Am will be super sweaty because that's always a full team.
Yeah,
it's not, you're not playing with a random or anything like that. So I'm more into that now because I hate the fact that in a rec, like we'll be playing and then two players drop out and you're playing against CPU and so it's either there's only 3 games in the rec. I feel like you blow somebody out. They a few times, not recently, because I feel like we've I don't know. I feel like even the last like week we've improved so much because we've been playing so much.
Absolutely.
you either blow someone out, you get fucking blown out, or then it's just like a tight, really close game.
That's usually the outcome of like every sporting event.
That's not true.
It's either a blowout or it's a tight game.
That's not true.
What is the other outcome?
Like,
it's
back
almost
and forth.
A blowout. It's almost a tight game. Like,
okay, listen, it sounded better in my head, and I get what you're saying.
No, I get what you're saying. You either like blow some, like they either quit out because you're blowing them out. You're getting blown
There's
out.
No
in
between. There's no like just casual basketball game in Pro-Am. It's like I don't, or in rec. I don't know how to explain it any better, I guess. But you're right. That doesn't really make any sense.
No, I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. Like the experience seems like it's always the same. Yeah. Like we're getting blown out and we're staying there and just taking our ass whooping. We're blowing them out and they're quitting. Yeah. And it's not enjoyable.
It's not
like
fun
like both those situations are not enjoyable. Right. And then I mean,
once
we have fun.
Once in a blue moon, the games are close and it's like, oh, this is why I'm playing.
Dude, we've been crushing it. I don't know if the people listening to the podcast actually care about our 2K adventures like this, but I want to flex hard because we've only dropped one game in the last 2 sessions.
Yeah, true.
In the rec, and the one game we lost, dude.
And you have to remember. Usually it's me and Vern and maybe like one other person in voice chat. So we bring in George, sometimes Mike as well. Yeah, George. He's played 2K in the past. He's an Australian. He doesn't know
with a bunch of lag and stuff.
True. I can't imagine trying to play 2K on an Australian connection on West Coast servers. Yeah. We bring in Mike, who has literally never played basketball his entire life. He yells clamps 24/7, and I don't know if he knows how to dribble the basketball, but he tries to go for dunks against 4 defenders every time. I love you, Mike.
In his defense,
he just doesn't know how to play basketball. He's just here to have fun.
We literally get dunked on like that.
That's
constantly.
True. So
he's like, why can't my character do that? I still struggle with that. Yeah. I'm getting dunked. To be fair, my big man has been dunking a lot more recently. But like, I'm throwing up like these baby hooks, like 3% covered. And I'm like, and I'm bricking them, and I'm like, what's going on here? Why don't you just dunk that? You have a lane, like, and so I get where Mike's coming from. Because a lot of it is basketball and like IQ, and then a lot of it is just like game mechanics that you need to understand. Right. And so that'll come in time.
Yeah, basketball IQ is tough because it's like if you don't watch basketball, you're not going to understand, like, especially on defense. The defensive side, I think, is very tough for some people because if you don't play basketball, you don't understand scenarios when to switch, when to come and help on defense. So when you're new to the game and you're playing defense, your first instinct is, okay, there's a red arrow pointing at that guy.
Always
follow that guy no matter what. Yeah. But really that's just a 2K guideline, right? Yeah. And you in certain scenarios, you need to off-ball defense. You need to come and help. You need to go out on a shooter.
Play passing lane. Like you need to understand matchups.
Exactly, and that's really, really hard if you're not familiar with basketball as a sport in general. So and again, it goes back to that competitive nature because like we do play with George. I know George is listening right now. Like we get feisty and we get snippy.
Absolutely.
But I know, like I say it immediately, but it's only because I want you to get better. But I'm so competitive that I'm slightly irritated, but it's not because at you. Like I don't actually fault anyone.
It's just a shitty situation.
It is, and it's like I don't expect you to know the game of basketball overnight. Like really,
I get really, really frustrated when we're playing rec when like my guy is a shooter, and so like I get put in this situation because a lot of the times like I'm our only big man, and so I have to play down low or we're getting torched.
Yeah.
Constantly down low.
I think we've done better with another big man. Yeah, Frosty's a great big man to cater
to. Got really good chemistry. Yeah. But like when like Mike is playing power forward or something like that, like our interior defense is like non-existent when I have to guard the perimeter. So it's either I'm getting torched from the perimeter 24/7 because we don't know how to play a zone, and I have to play like down low and out of and that like dude, I get so frustrated because it looks like I'm getting lit up right now. Whenever I got like 15 blocks. But like
15 blocks.
My man's still putting up 40, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah. I can't. I'm
better defense.
Clearly,
be two people at once,
bro. I should. You know, I'll try. I'll work on it.
Come on, dude.
I'm not scared of a challenge.
Play on 2 controllers at the same time.
I might have to
play with your feet.
If George keeps playing defense,
have a child and teach them to be a better defender than you.
Honestly, I don't know if it's possible, but I'm more than willing to try. I'm a great defender.
Dude, I'm literally going to teach my son. Actually, I already did. He's literally wall bouncing in the womb right now.
Yeah? That's weird. That's weird.
That's GoldGlove Jr. That's my actual junior.
I just imagine Steph being in so much pain.
Just bouncing off on the walls.
He's kicking. I think that was a shoulder. What the fuck?
Dude's going to be the greatest Gears of War player of all time. Too bad the game's
only
dead.
on Gears 1.
Dude.
That's
my boy.
Booting it up, just having sniper battles at he's 6 years old. Dad, I don't want to play on the 360 no more.
Oh, man. Well, God, dude, I'm getting old. Fuck. I can't. Dude, so it's actually funny you say that because we talked about it vaguely, but like Rogue Company actually reminds me a lot. It doesn't necessarily remind me of. It's third person like Gears of War. So Rogue Company is a new third person shooter. We talked about it a little bit by High Res Studios. And it's each character has their own set of abilities and separate loadouts. So you have like 2 main guns to pick from. It's a buy system, so you earn money and then you buy upgrades and buy grenades and stuff like that every
It's cool.
round. It's very interesting.
It's I will say this about it, it's like very interesting because you load out based on like who you're playing against and like the map, even like what's happening. And you have like 2 different guns, you have different perks, you have like you can build like a special grenade or like I don't know what they're called, but like 2 different grenades you can buy.
You tactical
tactical
so
it's like really it's cool like that. Like I feel like once you put actual time into the game, you start learning characters and like their ability.
What counters what. I feel like it's gonna be pretty deep. Right now, like we've just been kind of just getting a feel for it, trying to get better. Like,
really fucking around.
Yeah, like I feel like once map knowledge is really big, knowing where people are gonna come from, knowing like, but I love the third person aspect. I feel like I have a huge advantage in third person shooters already because a lot of people are really off put by third person shooters. The last big third person shooter, which it's hard for me to really consider this game a third person shooter because you're able to change your cover, but Fortnite is a third person shooter. Okay. But you're able to, like, in a third person shooter, in my mindset, is you learn the map and then you utilize the cover to your advantage, right?
Yeah.
You shoulder swap, you're hiding your body, you're peeking certain angles. In Fortnite, you create your own. You create your own
map.
Yeah, you create your own map. You create your own cover. So your knowledge of the map itself is not as important, right? Because every engagement's different. You can build however you want, but it is a third person shooter technically.
Sure.
So, but there's not a lot of them. There really isn't. A lot of people are really off put by a third person shooter.
Yeah.
You know, some people just don't like it. And I see argument, like I understand some people's arguments. Like, for example, in Rogue Company, there's a bomb game mode, kind of like Search and Destroy or like CSGO. You plant a bomb, defend it, or, you know, vice versa, defuse it. And in third person, you know,
you can literally camp
you can literally sit on a corner and just look and wait for someone to make a move.
Yeah.
So, which is, you know, I see where people are coming from. Like, that's really annoying.
In a bomb game mode, that would be frustrating.
I mean, I literally did it. You know, it was a 1v1. We had the bomb planted. All I had to do was defend it, and I could see the guy, and I sat behind the corner of the wall and just waited.
It is a very fine line, in getting like super campy.
Yeah,
you know, because like you can, in a third person shooter, you can literally just hold angles all day and pretty much never die unless you're playing against a really coordinated team. Right. But I think Rogue Company does a good job at having a lot of different angles to the maps.
A lot, yeah.
Like the map design is actually really good. I don't think I say that much about games, man. Like even Gears, when Gears came out, all we did was bitch about how not good the maps were.
Oh, it's because they were all like, you know, 2 or 3 lane symmetrical, like, you know, they were all, the Rogue Company maps are crazy. You have verticality and you have all these different angles and you can, there's a lot of weird stuff. Like
it just plays well.
It does play well.
So like in that third person aspect where you could just sit behind a corner, well, you can also get shot in your ass from 2 different angles.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in Rogue Company, I think as people keep playing it and people get better at the map, and I think you're right, it might slow down a little bit because players are going to be better at holding angles. I don't know. I'm really curious to see how that plays out. But then you're also going to have the players who understand that and are going to be like, okay, well, I have this grenade. So if someone's hiding behind that corner, which everyone hides behind that corner, throw the nade, get the guy to get out of cover.
Yeah.
You know, there is counterplays. I feel like there's a lot of abilities and counterplays that you can use to your advantage. But I am really curious to see what that game's like at a higher level. The game just came out.
I was gonna say, is still in alpha, beta?
Closed beta.
Closed beta.
So I think the only way to get an access code right now is drops through Twitch, or no, you can pay $15 and get access to it right now, but it is going to be a free-to-play game later on.
Okay.
So, or you can just watch on Twitch, and people have drops enabled all over the place. So, like most games these days, that's how you're getting copies. Yeah, I'm really curious. I mean, I really like the game. Again, I think at a third person, I'm very weary about a third person shooter at a high level. And a third person shooter, I feel like is very difficult for new players to come in, because people who are very good at third person shooters will make people have a bad day. It happened in Gears. Gears was a very unforgiving game for new players to come in and learn the game. And I feel like if Rogue doesn't implement, which they will, they're gonna implement a ranking system and matchmaking properly, like score-based.
Super important.
It's super important, because the reason a game like Gears of War just was not able to like bring in new people.
That's like a lot of games,
dude. I know. And but here's the thing. So in a BR, skill-based matchmaking, it's just sweaty. Everything's sweaty with skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah.
Every lobby you go into, if you're not trying your ass off, you're gonna get beat. But so I get why some people prefer no skill-based, because like I'm trying to think, like in H1, there was no skill-based matchmaking in H1Z1.
But you were also like very good at the game. Towards the end.
I was, but like. But you could just kind of dick around sometimes, and you run into people who are brand new at the game.
Yeah, I think that.
Or then you maybe
that adds to the fun too.
Or you get mowed down, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, that's another royalty player." Like sometimes you just didn't know. But now, I mean, even though they say there's no skill-based matchmaking in Warzone, which I find very, very hard to believe, every game is just a fucking sweat fest.
Yeah.
Like if you're not on your game, sweating your ass off, you're gonna get whooped.
I think it's just the way people play the game. Like, if people play it so campy. But that, like, it reminds me, what you were saying reminds me of, we haven't talked about it yet, but Hyperscape.
Oh yeah, Hyperscape.
We just jumped into Hyperscape, which is a new BR from Ubisoft, and we got into we're a part of their founders program, and it seemed like really, really cool. The first like play test that we did with them was like really awesome, and then it became like they opened it up to the public. And I played day one with you and I think D's. We all played together and did pretty good. Got a couple wins and stuff like that. And it was fun. I had a blast. I think it's really, really cool that they have like an upgrade system as far as the guns go. And like they have hacks, which are basically perks in the game. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
But I missed like 2 days. It was available for a weekend.
Oh no!
I missed like 2 days in this weekend, and the people started getting codes from drops and stuff. Sign back on. I'm getting fucking torched. The skill gap in that game was so high, so quickly.
You know why? That game is the BR for people who are good at like Quake. Like all those really fast-paced Twitch shooters, the original FPS games that were like Unreal Tournament, shit like that. That is their BR.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, the verticality and the jumping and the bullet travel time and the rocket launchers, like it's all about predicting your enemy's movements. It's literally a BR made for those style of gamers. I've never been good at those types of FPSs.
Dude, but I had such a good time with it when we were actually able to like kill. So that's what I was getting at. I think like a game like Hyperscape would really, really benefit. Like even though it's a BR, it would really, really benefit from a skill-based matchmaking system. For sure. Because man, I jumped back on that game and was getting just my ass handed to me, and it just was not fun. Dude, it was just not. It wasn't.
Nobody wants to sit there for 8 hours trying to learn a game, but getting their ass kicked.
Repeatedly.
You want a little bit of success. You want,
Yeah. And it's hard as a developer to like give you that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it is. It's very hard because you want people to come in as a new player, be introduced to your game. You want them to stay and try to learn and get better at it, but you also want to give the good players, you want to give them the success they deserve for putting the hours in and getting good. Sure. And so it's a fine line. It's hard. It's really, really, really hard. I mean, I think that's why Activision / Call of Duty won't admit that there's skill-based matchmaking. That way that the really, 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 really good players can still, they have a really good game, and then they go, okay, well, maybe it's not there. But then, they just won't ever say it.
Yeah.
They just will never admit to it. I think it is in there. Because, man, after playing the game for so long, like, dude, the sweatiest lobbies. Like, I swear I watched some other people, and I'm like, bro, where the fuck who are these players you're playing against?
Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah. Like, dude, they're morons, and I don't understand. I'm like, I don't remember the last time I faced a squad that bad in Warzone. Granted, I've taken a long break from it, so maybe my score's lower now because I haven't been playing. So maybe I'll jump on and just get some fat dubs. Dude, I don't know, man. Maybe. Or I'm just old and fucking washed, and I can't keep up with
I was
these
just
young
thinking
kids.
in my head, like, I feel like I've had this exact same, like, conversation before, like, on the other end of the spectrum, though, where, like, if you're not good at it, just get better,
dude.
Get better. Just get better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like playing Gears or something like that.
Gears.
Like I remember like them starting to cater towards like
I hated that shit.
Dude, they started catering to like new players and they wanted to bring in all like these new players and stuff. Yeah, and started adding like all these other things that were just like they didn't require skill to utilize, but it was very, very easy to take out a good player based around that gun and that style of gameplay.
Yep.
So like I'm playing to wipe a whole team of 4 and they're playing to wipe me.
Right.
And when that happened, it was very frustrating. I'm like, take the shit out of the game. Yep. But now I'm like, I don't like getting my ass beat. Maybe skill-based matchmaking could do some good for the gaming community. Like I feel I've never felt more old than in this very moment. Like reflecting on this.
But it's true. Like I felt the same way. Gears 3 was the big one.
Yeah.
Gears 3 is when they implemented the sawed-off shotgun and the retro lancer.
Is that not in Gears 2? No, Gears 2 just sucked.
Gears 2 was just a horrible game. The only people who liked Gears 2 are the people who started on Gears 2. Terrible game. God awful. Please don't ever talk about Gears 2. It's so fucking bad. There's only one worse Gears game, and that's Gears Judgment.
I
Gears
feel
2
like
is
the people
so
who
bad.
actually like Gears 2 They don't remember Gears 2.
No, they just one, it's nostalgia, and two, they just didn't play Gears 1. So they think, oh, it wasn't as laggy as Gears 1, even though it was awful.
Dude,
and it was so unresponsive, and the game didn't work.
Like day one when Gears 2 came out, you couldn't the smoke grenades were terrible. Like the hit detection was miserable. You'd blind fire your shotgun and it would hit the ground. It would literally go straight down.
Yeah, the bullets didn't go straight.
And it was it was just atrocious, bro. It was so bad. Let's continue to talk about other games that came out in 2011.
No, but so in Gears 3 they implemented the sawed-off and the retro. And I remember too. I was like, dude, what the fuck? We just need our Lancers and our Nashers. That's Gears of War.
Yeah.
But they really wanted. But the new players coming in, seeing Gears of War, were like, okay, it's literally just a Nasher fest.
Yeah.
Which it was. Granted, yes, like 80% of your kills were with a Nasher.
Yeah.
But that is what.
Unless you went to competitive. That's what I really enjoyed. Because like you would pub stomp and it would just be everyone running around with shotguns and like power weapons, and that was fucking fun to me.
It was fun, yeah.
But you go to competitive, and the Lancer and the pistols were utilized like crazy.
Heavily, yeah. Like team shotting. But, But, the casual player didn't play like that, right? So they would come in, they would try to set up using their Lancers, and a full fucking team of wall bouncers come around the corner and just smoke them. They're like, what the fuck? I didn't even see those dudes.
This is not good.
You know? And then so they implemented the sawed-off for people who, it's third-person shooter. Hide behind this wall. Wait.
One tap.
Wait. Okay, he's close.
Dude, it had
blows him up. Widespread. You could get like 3 or 4 kills in one shot if they were close enough to you. You could wipe whole squads with it, right? And then the retro, which was just so powerful, and they had stopping power. So you'd be trying to wall bounce and get to them,
and then all of a sudden you're just like you're in quicksand. You can't fucking move.
You can't move, and then you're down instantly with a retro.
Yeah.
It was so obvious that they implemented those weapons for bad players.
Yeah.
They just did. And so as a really good player, that was really frustrating because you're like, I'm better than that person. Why is he killing me?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
But now being a bad player for like a lot of these games, dude.
But now you're like, oh, I kind of get it. Like,
I wish there was something that I could cheese with and maybe just rock the minigun fully upgraded every single game in Hyperscape,
don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Hyperscape, but as soon as I started playing it and I saw the type of game it was, I was like, this is just not for me. Like, but I was happy to play it and show it off because I know there are people out there who love those style FPSs, and that might be the BR for them. They're like, oh, finally a BR that's like, Unreal Tournament and Quake, like I played years and years ago, and now I get to play a BR version of it. That's super dope. So I thought that was really cool that they're doing that.
I'm actually so mad because I had so much fun with that game. And like I said, just missing 2 days and realizing that I fell that far behind was like really frustrating for me. Like I want to give it another shot because I did have so much fun with it, but like, man.
Well, so here's another thing, and I think we can really attribute this to maybe a little bit of PUBG, but I would say mainly Fortnite, is there is just a lot more great FPS players now. Like there are,
absolutely.
because after Fortnite and the success of Fortnite, and everyone be like, oh shit, you know, I want to get a computer and play Fortnite. And you just have these kids that are just 13, 14
Literally
years old, and everyone, they're grinding. They're millions of dollars up for grabs, and they're like, fuck it, I'm going to grind this game every day, all day. I'm going to be the best. And, you know, not everyone can be the best, but they can still be fucking incredibly good. Yeah. And now Fortnite, you know, Fortnite's been out a long time. Maybe they're playing other stuff. And now there's so many branching more. Out. Yeah, there's so many more gamers that are just fucking great.
Dude, our friends, we have friends that are just incredible at every fucking game they play.
Some kids are just like that.
Yeah.
Some people are just, you know those types of people. Racer, I would say Racer's one of those people. It's like,
dude,
I know Race, but he's one of those guys that's just incredibly good at every game. Everyone knows a person like that. Sam's like that. There's just some people like that where they're going to be
George
great at it.
George is the complete opposite.
George
of that.
is terrible. He's got to practice like at least 15 hours a day for a year to be even semi-decent.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then he's maybe like silver. Yeah. Or he just gets carried to grand champion on the Aussie servers.
It's not nice, dude. That's it. We're not. Dude, it's a meme. It's a meme. China literally deals with our
little
from
brother.
Australia.
He's our little brother.
He's constantly playing on lag. Never complains.
Always complains.
Kind of.
Never doesn't complain.
Yeah.
But then always persists. I want to play with you guys. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. But yeah, there's just those people like that. So, dude, I'm not that type of player. Don't get me wrong. I have pretty decent aim, and I'm relatively good at shooters, but it takes me a while. Like it takes me a lot of repetition for it to really click in my head.
Yeah.
Like, and then once I get to that point, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like I get what I need to do to be better. Then I get good, and then but I have to keep playing a game. I can't just bounce around and be good at games. I have to stick to one.
So I think so. There was a point where I was like. And this is back in the console days. I think like my downfall was having to switch to PC and like just other priorities. But like back in the day when like all I did was play video games, I say that like before I like started playing video games for a living. But I feel like I used to play video games more, at least shooters.
Yeah, I did for sure.
I could bounce from like Gears, Call of Duty, and Halo and just fucking destroy on all of them.
Yeah.
And now. Like it's a meme in my chat, but there was a session where I jumped in and this is when I was like probably playing Call of Duty, maybe when like Blackout or something was a thing like that Black Ops 4 VR.
Blackout, yeah.
But I was like playing that, and like me and Jordan Legion jumped into Halo. And I was playing, and dude, got fucking torn. Bro, I went 0-17. We lost by like 3 kills. I went 0-17, dude, and my chat flames me to this day. And I'm like, bro, like I just don't got it anymore. It's not like I can boot up a game that I used to be good at and just be good at it.
Yeah, but then again, you're booting up a game that the only players playing it probably are kids that are just gods at it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not playing against casual Halo players anymore.
Whatever helps me sleep
No, but
at
it's
night.
true.
Yeah.
Like you were probably like the one-off. You're probably the only kid in that lobby that doesn't play Halo every day.
Yeah.
Like those kids still grind Halo.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Granted, Legion's nuts at Halo, so if you're playing with anybody even close to his skill, you're gonna get shit.
And that's what I was trying to tell myself too. Just trying to tell chat they don't care. All that matters to them is that I went 0-17.
I mean, yeah, it would have been nice.
I don't think I got an assist, bro. I literally would spawn and just fucking collapse.
Dude, it's hard to want to even play that. Like when you have that bad of an experience, one, it just puts you in a shit mood.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm too competitive for that kind of stuff. Like if I get continuously shit on in games, I'm just like, one, I get angry and then I just blame it on the game. Fuck this game. It's fucking trash. This game sucks dick, you know?
Dude, I'm so like a part of it's like super trolly, right? Like I'll just say things and I'll just pretend like I'm the best at fucking everything. And it's me just like, it's more so a troll. But I remember one time I tweeted, I was like, give me 2 months on any game and I will be an elite level player. Like 2 months of grinding this game and I will be better at everyone. Dude, and Summit replied to it and he's like, I'll see you on CS:GO. And I was like 2 months, you're fucking done for.
Dude, I think I remember that tweet.
Yeah, and I was, dude,
you would get smoked.
And like
2 months every day.
But
still
like
matter.
I say like I'm trolling, but a part of me is like, well, if I only grinded Counter-Strike for 2 months, I can murder. I'd be a pro player, elite level. I think.
I don't think you.
But then I've been playing League of Legends for 9 years and I'm hard stuck gold. So I don't, dude. There's some flaw in my logic, but I can't seem to find it.
So I'm not, and this is not actually me trying to rip you apart. I'm genuinely curious. Like, I'm just, at what point, like, I know you love League and there is no point, but like, at what point do you just go, maybe this is as good as I'm going to get? Like, is that possible, or are you going to get better?
So that's the thing, is like League is constantly changing,
like metas,
right. They're constantly, like, they're always adding new champions. They're making changes and updates to the map and to items and stuff like that. So it's constantly evolving, and it is a game where like I'll get super into for like a few months, and then like I won't play it for a while, or I'll jump on for like a couple games a week maybe. And so like I fall like in and out of it so often that it's hard to like stay up with all the metas to like stay consistently good without consistently playing. And so like I'll it's the reason I play Overwatch right now. But like I would get drunk and do like my Overwatch placements every single season, and I would get placed gold, and I was cool with that, right? I was like, I'm gold, I'm above average, cool. Yeah. Don't have to play the game till next season again. I would literally jump on, play 10 placement games, and be done with it. And then one season, I won 8 out of 10 fucking placement matches. They placed me in bronze. And I was like, this is bullshit. And I fucking grinded that season. Yeah, I grinded that season. I finished on like Reaper, one of the characters. I finished with like a 70% win rate throughout the whole season. I ended like high gold. And I was like, well, I just really enjoy beating ass. Like I had a 70% win rate.
What are the ranks in that game?
It's bronze. I don't know if there's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and then I haven't been higher than I sit in plat on that game on every role. So I've never been anything higher, but it's now just become a game that's in my rotation because I found that I'm like kind of decent at it, you know? So when there's like a lull in game, but it's the same with League. Like I'll go on streaks, I'll go on runs where like I'm destroying things. But with any team-based game, like you're so reliant on teammates in League. Like I'll never be good enough to like carry myself to like high elos, but I can do my part, and it feels good when I do my part and I get wins and stuff, and I have a good game. So I don't think I'll ever be like extremely like elite level player on League unless that's all I fucking did, which will never be the case because that game makes me want to rip my fucking hair out. I played like 2 games before I came here and was ready to just be done.
I can't think of. I mean, there's only one. Gears of War is the only game series that I absolutely know that I am top tier level no matter what.
Yeah.
Like it does not matter. Gear 6 can release 10 years from now, and I know that I can get to the top level. I will be up there. But that's because I've literally probably put in 14, 15 hours into that series, or 14 to 15 years into that series alone, right? Wait, 2006? 14 years.
Yeah.
So like I've played that so much.
You just have an understanding of how it works.
Like no doubt. Like you didn't get to Masters because the ranking system was
broken. I got
to
Masters before it like reset. I think it was like when it was it wasn't a beta, was it? It was a pre-release, like early release or something like that. I got to Masters and then it reset like when the actual game came out. Yeah. And then like dude, for the life of me, I would win 5 games in a row in D rank.
So it's Gears, and then like now I feel like, I don't know, a part of me feels like if Call of Duty actually had like it doesn't really have a ranking system in Warzone, but I feel like I would be at least, maybe not the highest, but one below. But if I really put in the hours, I could be the highest. I used to like, if this was COD Modern Warfare 2, easily the highest. But now there's so many good players that I actually don't know if I would be.
Yeah.
Like
dude, you'd be surprised.
Good, but
you'd be surprised because like dude, you'd be surprised at how shitty people are at video games. Like I play League of Legends,
casual players.
Like if you ask my friends, if you ask like my stream, I'm dog shit at League of Legends. Like I'm terrible.
Oh, if you ask my stream, I'm dog shit at every game, even Gears.
But if you go and check my actual ranking, sure, I have a negative win-loss ratio, but I'm in the top fucking 10-15% of players on that fucking game. So, what's up? Yeah. Your boys almost elite.
Yeah, but how many of those accounts are dormant?
It doesn't matter. I don't think that the
not count players who don't play.
Yeah, I think you have to have a certain amount of games played in order to even be ranked.
Like factored in.
Yeah.
I don't see the only other game that I would be absolutely god awful at. I'm just trying to think of like high FPSs that have like good ranking systems is like Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know if people are still playing that.
Yeah. It's
but I
like
that one's probably got a fucking that I like that game. Like I really do. The gunplay felt good. The issue with a game like Rainbow Six Siege and that I'm just not that into is it's all map knowledge. It's all angles.
Absolutely.
It's all holding angles.
Yeah.
Which I like that to some degree, but I don't like that is the main like. That is what requires. That's the most skill. Like, if you know the angles, even if the other player is a better, like if he has better aim,
one tap through a wall that you didn't know there was an angle on you, it's like super frustrating.
It's so
You're like,
frustrating.
how do I there's no counterplay here. Don't sit there next time. Okay, well I'm still getting banged through walls around the map. It is super frustrating. I always just feel bad playing that game, man.
What do you mean? You feel bad?
Like I don't know.
Oh,
like if I don't have
I'm a detriment.
If I don't have a full squad that doesn't care that I'm absolutely throwing, not intentionally, but like I'm genuinely just trying to clear a room, and it turns out that I'm murdering the hostage, and we lose the round, and they're like, come on, bro. And I was like, this is what you signed up for. You asked me to play.
So I've realized that the types of shooters I like are the ones where, and it's because I'm too aggressive, and I think it's because I played so many years of Gears of War, because it really catered to an aggressor. So I have the mindset of, I'm better than this guy. I'll just do what I do and kill him. Like, I don't need to post up and wait for him to come to me.
There's counterplay, though.
There's always a counterplay. I could throw a nade. I could get a power weapon. I could shoot there was just always ways I could be the aggressor and get the kill. And then Call of Duty, I would say, is very similar. Like, you can be very aggressive in Call of Duty and have success. But the reason I'm very subpar in games like Counter-Strike. Like, I understood Counter-Strike. I started better understanding, weapon recoil and the maps. I'm just not patient enough.
Yeah,
I just am not patient enough.
I
will sit there, and you're supposed to hold an angle. You're defending, hold this angle. Okay, call it 3, push, long A, whatever. I haven't played in a million years. But, like, I'm just too impatient.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 3 of them. I'm flashing, and I'm pushing all of them.
Yeah.
That's just my mindset.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm going. I can kill them all. I'm just not patient enough to play that style of game.
Bro,
I can't do it.
You're preaching to the fucking choir
right now.
I know.
You're fucking worse than me.
Why did you push that? I should be able to handle my 1v4s. I should be that level of player where I can handle my 1v4s. You're like, Vern, you're not gonna be able to handle the 1v4s. I know how they're playing now. I will handle it next round. It's fine. I can do it.
But that's the Gears of War player in you. Because you could handle some 1v4s in Gears, even though you shouldn't be doing that. But you always had that mindset.
I had my moments, yeah.
Everyone had their moments, right? Like,
dude, I've never lost a 1v1. I have 1,000%. But I tell myself that I've never lost a 1v1. And, like, it's literally my mindset going into any competitive game. Like, if there is a 1v1 situation, I will fucking destroy them. It's not true, but
gotta have that
that's
confidence.
my mindset,
right,
bro.
Right.
And if it's a 1v2, they might get lucky and kill me.
Oh man, I'm kind of at the point now with gaming in general where if an FPS captures my attention, like, I'll play it, but like, I don't have the time to commit to like being top tier. Like, I just don't care enough. 2, I have a child on the way. Like, I really am not going to have enough time to even. So, like, I'm always going to be average, maybe slightly above average, just because I have been playing FPS games for so long that, like, that just carries me, right? Yeah. But, like, and I have relatively good aim on a mouse. Like, that's really it.
This leads to an interesting topic that I didn't think we would get into today, that I really just wasn't thinking about, but it kind of like stems into Twitch, and I know that a lot of our listeners are curious about streaming in general. Mm-hmm. But like, we're both variety streamers. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, like, that was like, you could see a lot of success bouncing from game to game. Yeah. Now I feel like that dynamic has completely changed. Yeah. And
one game,
you like, maining a game is very important for the success of streams. Mm-hmm. A lot of our friends got like really, really big on Apex. Like, dude, like people like that are they've been not brand new, but like they're like haven't seen any success, been streaming for years. They find their one game that they're good at. They've always had the personality for it, and they just fucking take off. But it's also almost pigeonholing themselves. And I've seen a lot of, like, I guess more recently, I've seen a lot of friends who have seen, like, a lot of success, like, come out the other end okay.
Yeah.
But then I've also seen the alternative of that, where they, like, will be, like, really big on Warzone or really big on Apex. And then as soon as they swap games, that viewership tanks.
Yeah.
And it is
Which is
so
hard.
disheartening, dude.
Yeah,
As a streamer, to see that level of success and then, like, have it taken away from you, you've done absolutely nothing wrong. You could still be just as good at Tarkov as you are Warzone. But your viewership, your viewer base, while they're there for you, they're enjoy you
playing this.
They're there for you, playing Warzone or playing Tarkov. So like, I don't know. It's like, it's what do you think it would be like a course of action there?
So
to like, in as far as pigeonholing yourself.
Well, it's hard because you see success, you want to continue to see success, so you're willing to pigeonhole yourself, right? I mean, we've seen it all completely. I mean, there's still people to this day who I know don't like playing Fortnite, but their viewership is so much better playing Fortnite because that's where they built this community. These are where these people found them, playing this game, that they want to watch Fortnite. And you can't really fault people for that, right?
No.
They find this streamer playing this game that they're very adamant about.
Well, because it's a job now, right?
Yeah.
Like people are like, okay, this is what's paying my bills.
Right.
I'm all of a sudden not paying my bills, playing other games. Right. I have to play Fortnite. Yeah, it's scary.
It is scary. And there's some people who mentally can deal with that. You know, I mean, for me personally, like the numbers I used to see with GTA 5 for a really long time. I mean,
literally had a dude in my chat yesterday asking when we're gonna play GTA 5.
Oh, I still every day, every single day,
completely fucking serious. A dude I hadn't seen in a while. Yeah. Really love those videos. When are you Goldie gonna hop back on GTA 5?
GTA Crazy. 5, DayZ.
Yeah,
those are the big two that I get. Every day. Like Goldie, when are you gonna play DayZ? Goldie, are you gonna ever play DayZ? Goldie, where's GTA 5? Are you gonna play GTA? And it's like, I already know that if I went back to those games, I would probably see a viewership increase, like a lot of those people. But for me, like, I had to really think about, like, okay, do I want to play something that I'm not that interested in now? I used to be, but I'm just not that interested anymore.
Right.
Just to get bigger viewership. Like, what is more important to me?
Yeah.
Like, and for me, like, I am constantly, I get burned out. I do get burned out. We've talked about burnout on the stream. You have to maintain that and that balance. And I have found that I do not get burned out as easily if I am consistently playing the games I want to play. Yeah. Even if the viewership is a little bit lower, sometimes a lot lower, like if I'm playing a game that I'm 100% enjoying, I just don't get burned out. Yeah. I just don't. And that's super important for me because, like, burnout is a serious thing, and it's actually, once you get to that stage of just completely feeling overwhelmed,
it takes a lot to recover.
It does. It takes a lot to recover, and it just, I don't want to fall into that. And I've done it multiple times.
Yeah.
So I decided somewhere down the road in the last couple of years, like, yes, you need to understand your viewership is not as high, but what is more important? Your well-being, like your mental state and like how you feel and your excitement to play a specific game, or numbers, a slightly higher sub count maybe, or, and for me, like, this is the way I always told myself. I was like, the people who actually come to my stream every single day and hang out with me, the people who, no matter what I'm playing, the ones that are always there, those are the opinions I care about.
Right.
Like, those are the people that I want to please. Like, if they're happy and they're like, Goldie, like, I'm here every day, but, like, I love when you played Grounded, or, like, that's one thing. Yeah. But the people who haven't watched my stream in fucking 4 years and they pop in, when are you going to play DayZ, dude?
It's frustrating.
That just bothers me. It's like, dude, I'm not going to. So, like, sorry, man.
I think this is probably a really bad quality to have, but I hate feeling like I'm forced into a position, or like I have to in order to survive. Like, I hate being suggested to play a particular game and then, like, just suggested to do anything. I want to do the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not hurting anyone, like, that shouldn't be a problem to anyone else. But, like, when people are constantly, like, harping like, when are you gonna play GTA? It makes, even if I was considering it, it makes the idea of GTA now not fun anymore,
right?
Because it's not my choice. It's like that the choice is being taken from me.
Which I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, because I obviously know how it feels, but as a viewer, they think, well, it's your job.
Yeah,
it's your job. Why can't you just play a game? It's not that fucking hard, dude. But it again, it goes back to the burnout.
That's a shitty devil's advocate, because
that is how people that is how a lot of people think. They go, well, it's your fucking job, dude. Like, if you can't play a video game for your job. Like, come on, bro, it's not that hard.
Well, I'm going to play a video game, just a video game that I am actually interested in playing.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, as a viewer, think about it this way: do you play a game in your downtime that someone else wants you to play, or do you play games that you want to play? It's the same thing with streamers, at least for me. Like, Ghost of Tsushima came out, and I fucking loved it. My viewership was not nearly as good as if I played. Actually, my 2K viewership has been going up.
Yeah.
So, like, I will notice an increase when we play 2K, which has been great, because I've been enjoying. Like, that's my favorite thing to see. Like, oh, I'm enjoying playing something, and my viewership's doing better. Like, that's what makes it so good.
I want to say that, like, I'd like to think that that's because people understand, like, they can tell the difference. They can tell the difference, like, when we're actually enjoying ourselves and having a good time. Like, I love getting fucking buck on 2K. It's been like my favorite streams recently. We've been doing it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I love just hanging out, playing some basketball with my boys, and fucking screaming at people who can't hear me on the internet.
True.
Like, talking the most shit, dude. It's so fucking fun to me. Like, it makes me laugh. We end the session and I'm always happy. It's just fucking fun. And I feel like people can tell. People can sense that. And sure, I might be annoying to some, but I'm having a good time, and as long as other people enjoy that, I feel like Twitch viewers can tell when you're enjoying yourself or when you're doing something because you have to, or you feel you have to.
Right. I think so. I mean, we see it all the time, but these streamers do find success on one game, and I think a lot of them aren't prepared. Like, they see the success and they ride that success and they're super happy and they're, holy shit, my channel's doing so well. And then maybe that game falls off a little bit, or it's not as new and fresh. And so they see a number decrease. And I think a lot of these streamers, they are not prepared for that mentally. I've seen it. And they take it so personally, and they go, why is my channel not doing as well? Like, what the hell am I doing? Am I doing something wrong?
Dude, I've literally had that conversation with myself, like, not too long ago.
And you really, really have to understand, and I'm sure you do at this point. And like, I hope you, like, if you ever feel like that, just ask me. Like, literally of all people, I have experienced that I've experienced that tenfold.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, on multiple occasions.
My YouTube itself used to be absolutely fucking massive.
Yeah.
Massive. 100K views a video. Not as big. Hardly, like, it's tiny these days. Like, granted, my priorities have changed a lot, and I used to obsess over my YouTube.
Okay,
but
so
I have seen the decline.
You say that, and like, that makes me really, really happy that you like acknowledge that.
Always.
because it, at first, like, just at a glance, it's probably like, oh shit, what, like, you had that, like, what am I doing wrong phase. But it's not that at all. It's your priorities. Your passion is elsewhere. Yeah. You're doing other things. You're building other, like, dude. And it's so easy to get into the mindset where, like, oh, I'm not getting the views on YouTube anymore. My channel's dying. My career is dying. Like, but like, no, I'm just focusing elsewhere.
Yeah, it's just shifted.
And I feel like that's something that, like, you have to grow and learn. You do. That's a very, like, high level of maturity in this industry to have that understanding.
And it's taken me a long time to get there. And there's a lot of new streamers who are just now starting out, and their passion right now is Twitch. And I think it really is important. You do need to try to diversify yourself so much.
Yeah.
Especially because
absolutely.
It's scary for YouTube specifically. Like, I'm glad that I had my Twitch channel. Like, I was when I was at my height on my YouTube, I also was making sure that I was streaming constantly. Yeah. Like, I was really diversified. And I'm really glad I did that because, the YouTube, like, just the platform itself has changed so much that it honestly, the platform has hurt me. I'm a very vulgar person. Yeah. I'm not ad friendly. So, and the algorithm on YouTube has shifted from that. And if you, like, there's a lot of reasons that my videos are no longer recommended. And it's not that I even changed as a person. Like, I'm still creating that content that I always have, but the algorithm's like, no, we need to be more brand safe. This channel is not okay. So boom. Like,
absolutely.
It's a proven fact. Like, there's big YouTubers who have made brand new channels that are PG that automatically are filled into algorithms, and they're getting the same numbers and they're doing the same content, but they're just PG-ifying it, like making it more ad friendly. And they're seeing way more success. It's because the platform itself is dictating that, right?
Yeah.
Steph is fucking screaming. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, Jesus.
Dude, it's like, that's what's so hard
scary.
As a content creator in general. So everything matters. Your online presence everywhere matters. Like, if I had it my way, if I just didn't have to sleep,
Oh,
I'd be
that all the time.
on TikTok, YouTube.
Fuck TikTok.
Dude, I'd be everywhere. So every social media imaginable, whether I use it or not, whether it's going to be popular or not, like, being able to have a presence there is so important.
Yeah.
Like, I obviously I try and focus on Twitter, Instagram. I'm really, really bad at, but I'm trying to get better. I at least post stories almost every single day on Instagram.
I think it's a lot easier if we have someone that pushes us. Like today, us doing that little Instagram video to promote the stream today.
That was actually like the first time we've ever done that, and it was flawless.
It was so good.
It was so good.
It's funny.
It was probably not so good, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
But like, we never do that kind of stuff. But if you have someone to kind of like, hey, we should do this. Okay, let's do this. Have someone to do it with.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and if you push me, I will push you. Like, I'm down to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I need to get in that, dude. Right now, like, even with my YouTube, like, so I've been kind of toying with the thought of coming back.
Now this is like the sixth return.
Like, so I remade. I stopped posting on my Loading God Mode YouTube channel mostly because it like suffered that, like, the whole demonetization thing, not ad friendly. It was just like I kind of killed it over the years by like stop uploading and then re-uploading and then like, dude, and it was just like, it was like a really, really bad mindset. And then
you need a clean slate.
And my branding had changed to Vern Notice.
Right.
And so dude, we kept it on the DL for so long because this was right at the start of the podcast. I didn't have a YouTube channel that was scrolling on our when we had lower thirds and stuff.
That's right.
Because I didn't have the Vern Notice channel name, so we weren't even advertising a YouTube channel for me. And then finally, like, I was able to, like, 30 days went by, whatever, had enough, like, whatever the requirements were, and I got the Vern Notice channel, and I wanted to stick mostly towards IRL content for that channel, but then, like, there just wasn't enough stuff to do. I wasn't living by any creators. I wasn't like, it was either like my boring life over and over. Like, my life is great, but I did the same shit every single day. I woke up, went to the gym, came home, and streamed. That was my life every day.
You're not a vlogger, you're a streamer, so it's hard to make
It was
IRL
hard to make
content.
nice content unless I was going somewhere doing something. It was just not good content. So I started uploading games again, but I had an editor, so I didn't have to take away from my streams and stuff, and I was unfamiliar. I'm still unfamiliar with Adobe Premiere, and so, like, it's really hard to edit myself. And
As someone who just swapped over, because I'm doing my Let's Play channel again, Adobe Premiere is... What we should do is we should call up the creators of Sony Vegas and tell them to burn the company. Because Adobe Premiere is so much fucking better, dude.
Really?
Sony Vegas is dog shit.
Oh, no.
It's so bad. It's such an awful program. Don't ever use it again. I don't even know if it's Sony Vegas. It's just Vegas. I don't think even Sony's attached to it anymore.
I use Adobe Premiere now. But it was just like, after my editor had left me, it was just really, really hard to keep up on, like, the gaming content. And like I said, now that I'm out here with content creators, I think I'm just in this mindset now where, like, I don't want to be a nuisance to people. And I know a lot of us deal with that just in general. Like, I see tweets all the time, or like friends who like are going through shit and they like don't want to talk about it because they don't want to be a bother, or they don't want to be like a nuisance. Oh, I don't want to constantly complain. No. I am the person, I'm like, no, you can talk to me about things. You're never a bother. You're never a nuisance. But like, me trying to like utilize you for content, if I like brought a vlog camera over here today, or like I brought a vlog camera to our beach trip, which would have been cool.
I personally don't care about that shit.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's hard to find that balance. And like, I had this conversation with Lane and Aaron, two of our friends who live out here, who I've gone on, like, they're like my nature buddies.
I don't think they would care.
But I've had that conversation with them, because every time we get to like we get to like the peak of our hike, Aaron's like, go pose over there, let me take photos for you. And she's like super supportive about it.
Yeah.
And so like, I want to start like vlogging those hikes and like vlogging those trips, but then it's always, especially in big groups, it's hard to like find like who's okay with it, who's comfortable with it.
Right.
Because like I want, especially like the beach trip that we just went on, like I want everyone to have a good time and everyone be comfortable.
Right.
And like even if we're off in our corner doing our own thing with the vlog and stuff like that, I don't want them to be, at all
feel
have
left
any,
out
or have any inkling like, oh, I don't want to be on camera at all.
Right.
Like we're out here just like trying to relax. And so it's hard to find that balance, and I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, can I bring my vlog camera? Even though it's a personal thing, because I know the majority of people will probably not care. But I've been toying with the idea of bringing back the Loading God Mode channel for gaming content because we've been having like such good games on 2K.
Let's do it.
That's literally what's been like like I want.
Those are easy, dude. I mean,
granted, it's not even about it's like I want these memories. Like we literally just shit. Like we came back from like 20 down, and we won by like 4 points, dude. Like that was an incredible game. I want to keep that game
shit. As heartbreaking as it was, like we could still post it because it was a good game,
dude.
Like it is a fun watch.
That's what I mean. Like I genuinely enjoyed playing it. I want to keep this. And so I'm like, maybe I bring back the Loading God Mode channel so that I can upload like these games in particular. I don't think I would invest too much into it, especially not having an editor or anything like that. But like just games in particular, like funny moments or something like that. I don't know. I feel like I would enjoy that.
Here's the thing: you might even be able to find people who are interested in getting into editing that like. They can edit a 2K video. Maybe, you don't necessarily need to go fucking full blown and hire some editor that costs, a ton of money. You don't necessarily need to do that,
Yeah, I just think it's so hard now because
I see the fine line. You don't want to.
Cause content. I don't want to like abuse an editor.
Right.
Like people, especially nowadays. Because I remember back in the, I was talking to John with it. So John, for you guys don't know, he's actually like
Cryos Gaming,
a massive YouTuber at this point. But like. He used to do our fucking graphics.
He used to be our thumbnail guy, graphics in general.
Yeah.
And then he was my editor for a long time.
Dude, I've never paid him.
For graphics?
Yeah, for graphics ever. And I have, like, he's done literally all of my graphics for my Loading God Mode channel, all of my thumbnails that I used to have, like, way back in the day before, like, a couple of restarts. I have over 1,000 videos on that channel.
And dude, you abused your friend.
Dude, actually though, and he was like we'll joke about it now, and he's like, yeah, my invoice is on the way and shit like that, dude. And I get like really stressed because I'm like, dude, it was just like a different time, and like now I'm like, I'm looking for an emote artist to redo emotes.
Let's pause for a second because you're right. It was a different time. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go find a thumbnail artist that to commission this. It was more like, oh, my friend John is really good at graphics. John, can you sauce me up a thumbnail?
Yeah.
And John, being the good guy he is, oh, dude, no problem. Wait, what do you want on it?
2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm good at this shit. Yeah. What do you want? Like, it was that kind of stuff. It was
like
a friendship thing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I'll help you out.
It wasn't like I was actively seeking a thumbnail artist. It was like he was already like in our group.
Yeah, it's not like he did all this work commission and then you just didn't pay him. It wasn't like that. Yeah. It's a very different time.
Yeah, I probably was painting myself in a very bad light there.
Yeah.
But like now it's like I have like a complete, like, I've always respected like the work of especially like being able to do something that I can't do. It like just fascinates me, and like I have so much respect for it. And now like it's become such mainstream where like you could be a graphics artist and like do it professionally full time.
Especially now.
Commissioning emotes.
Yeah.
Right? And I think they deserve to get paid.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I would never want to take advantage of an editor just because they're new or they're learning. But also, YouTube generates $0 for me. Yeah. I might owe them money at this point. I don't fucking know, dude. But
here's the thing, though. You put out the feels. I'm just saying, like, if you go into it being open and honest, go, hey, guys, like on Twitter, you go, hey, guys, I'm looking to start up the YouTube again. I'm looking for an editor just to do some videos. Like, if you guys want some practice or something like that, like, it's not a paid gig, but like, if anyone wants to help out and just get some experience or something, there's a lot of people out there who are brand new to editing. They want footage to edit. Like, I remember doing that ages ago. Like, I used to be that editor.
That's why I started doing YouTube videos, like way back in the day, because I wanted to edit movies.
Same.
And a $150 capture card was much cheaper than a $30,000 fucking camera.
That's
rig.
Exactly why I did it. I wanted to become an editor for movies and trailers, and that's why I got into it. Granted, once I got into it, I realized, okay, this is not necessarily for me.
It's different now. It's a different time because there is actual money in it. And I do think these people deserve to get paid. It's
on a professional level, I do think they deserve to get paid. If someone who's been doing it, they've got experience, just like anything else, right? You have, even in the real world, granted, this is the real world, but what I'm saying is like in the job market, you have internships. Some are paid, some are not paid. That's just you get the experience.
But I even think that's bullshit,
mean?
Dude. Unpaid internships are bullshit.
It depends on what the internships is. I agree. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of good, great. There's internships that are bullshit and they deserve to get paid and they don't.
Yeah.
But there's also internships that are very good for experience and they learn a lot, which I think to some degree is almost more valuable.
That's what, dude.
It depends on what it is.
I think I don't know. I don't even agree with that. I think all unpaid internships are complete bullshit and it's just a free labor. It should be illegal. But
well, it depends. Again, it depends on what the internship is. If you're making someone do all your fucking busy work and you're a piece of shit to them. But if you're like, if the internship is them shadowing you and them helping you, like,
if they don't have to touch, if they do that on their own accord and they don't have to touch any of the actual fucking work, maybe. If it's just shadowing, the minute they're hands on, dude, they're doing work.
Yeah,
and they deserve to get paid.
Yeah.
But,
at least a little bit. I mean,
of course, I don't expect like an engineer, like getting an engineer money to like sit here and have an intern and them get engineer money for like being taught.
Right.
Like, dude, they deserve compensation for their time.
I mean, I agree with you because like before John, I had another editor and granted, I did not make that much money at the time, but I did pay, I paid that editor as much as I could that I felt was, deserving. Like I tried. And then when John took over as editing, my channel was doing a lot better, and I was actually able to pay John like an actual wage. Like he essentially worked for me for I don't even know how long, like a year or two, and then that's kind of when John, I think he got so good at editing and making videos, he was like, all right, well, when I'm not working for Brennan, I'll make my own. And then before I know it, I'm look over, I'm like, the fuck, John's videos are doing better than mine. What the fuck?
Dude, he's killing it.
And he started
killing it.
But
he's always had that personality.
He has, absolutely. And I remember the conversation we had when I was like, I felt like we were at the point where John was an incredible editor. My YouTube channel at its height was, I would say, because of John. Yeah. John was a phenomenal editor.
He just has that creative.
He does.
Dude, it's also, John is the same person where we went over there and he was like, oh yeah, I just bought a sewing machine and I just made these pants. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he's
just a creative dude.
Very creative, and he worked extremely hard. But there was just we hit a point where I wanted to go a different direction. I wanted to go with like an editing team that could do everything for me. Yeah. Multiple channels. John's one guy. Yeah. So we did part ways in terms of the professional world. But at the time, I was like, John, that like you can. He's like, dude, no, this is fine. Like, I'm working on my own channel. Yeah. My channel, this is when his channel was starting to take off. Yeah. And I was like, dude, you don't need to do mine anymore. And he's like, no, absolutely. I was like, I know. I saw his views. I was like, dude, I know how much you're making. Yeah. I'm like, you're good.
You're fine.
Like, thank you for everything. He's like, yeah, no. Like, me and John are still great friends. So.
We had a different conversation today.
Oh, yeah, about how much he hates me?
Just kidding.
Like, I'm glad he was in that position, right? Because one, people tell you don't ever hire your friends, don't ever hire family, don't. Yeah. And I've had some rough experiences in that regard, but with John, it was good. Yeah. And I was so proud of John because I was like, well deserved. Like, John's a fucking hilarious human being, and like his videos, like I said, he made my videos way funnier.
I hope all these kind words we're saying about John right now is payment enough for the 1,000 thumbnails he made for me.
Jesus, don't send me that invoice, please.
Jesus,
I have a mortgage,
fuck, man.
Yeah. So,
like, I genuinely feel bad about it now, but like I said, it was just a different. It was a different time. Yeah.
I mean, I remember John doing work for me too, free, before he even worked for me. Like, he was doing, but that was like, again, it was more of a friendship, like, I'll help you out thing.
Be like, hey John, we're doing this podcast. Like, he literally made graphics for our podcast, like way early on. I'm pretty sure
he's the one that made the original Brother Steen layouts. Yeah. He made all that stuff.
Dude, he was like, yeah, dude, have it done in 15 minutes. And we're like, wow, this is incredible.
His turnaround was always super fast. It was like, John, we go live in 5 minutes. Can you saw some graphics? He's like, yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah, bro. Check your DMs. What?
God, what a good guy.
I had it already ready for you. I knew this was coming.
So, shout out to youtube.com/cryosgaming.
Dude, where did that meme go?
Cryos Gaming on YouTube.
Dude, everyone's YouTube was youtube.com/cryosgaming.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Dude,
please subscribe to youtube.com/cryosgaming. I don't know. It was a meme for a long time, but
good times, man.
Good times. Damn good times.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so back to the original topic.
What was the original point?
I don't know, but what I wanted to get at, the original point was me restarting my YouTube channel. I don't want to fall into a situation again where I hire an editor and then them like I can't like my last editor. I assume they got busy with school or work, one of the two. I can't fault them for that, right? And I don't want me to be like paying them a modest amount for like the work that I'm not sitting here wanting them to spend hours and hours on my videos, but like I don't want a better opportunity to them like to come along and then me be left without an editor again, because the same shit's gonna happen. And so I think we'd be better off. Well, I'd be better off if I just managed my time better, started small, and like was able to create content on my own again. I think I would be happier with that. It's just gonna take some time, and it's scary.
You know, it's one day you're like, oh shoot, that's exactly what I do. Like I try not to be. If I put myself in a position where I'm like, okay, from this time to this time, every single day I have to edit I have to make sure I get 4 videos done for this channel, so I have video. I realize I get burned out super quick if I do that. But if I sit down on my computer and I look and I'm like, oh shoot, man, I got like 4 hours before I got to do something today. Now, you know what? I'll go edit some videos really quick, and I get some stuff ready for the Let's Play channel. I render 4 out, and I'm like, okay, I got videos for 4 days. You know, might miss a day or two, but this way I don't get burned out. I'm still uploading. Like I've been uploading all my Let's Plays for, I think I've been doing it now for 3 or 4 months now. I uploaded Last of Us, I uploaded Ghost. I did all the thumbnails, I do everything on that channel now. It's all me. And it is kind of nice because I'm like, oh, this is kind of like what I used to do every single day, all day.
Yeah.
You know, but granted, I just don't have the time like I used to. And I'm not like super, super, super strict about it, so I don't dread it.
It's also like, okay, so I took this morning off. Normally when we do the podcast on Monday, I'll stream in the morning and then come over here to do the podcast and then kind of wrap it up for the night. But this morning I took the day off, and instead of like editing or like doing YouTube, I like did laundry, I did dishes, I vacuumed my room. Yeah, like back in the day when we're still living with mom.
But you didn't have any of that stuff.
Bro, my mom did my laundry until I fucking moved out.
Me too.
Bro, dude, deadass, my mom would like flame the fuck out of me. She would like, I don't know how you're gonna survive. Like when I finally told her I was getting my own place, I don't know how you're gonna survive. I do everything for you. I'm like, Mom, I know how to do everything. You just always have done it for me, and so I never had to.
Yeah.
And so, but dude, she would fucking roast me.
Dude, you know what? Steph gives me shit because there are like I'm the same way. Like my moms are moms, right? And so they really fall into
they're both single mothers.
That's true, and they fall into their roles, and they know that okay, this is what I do for my children. Like I'm a mom. Like granted, like I would try to help my mom out as much as possible, but she was also that person that was like, no, stop. Like I'm your mother. This is my way of showing love to you. Like,
no, you know why she really didn't let you help? Because she knew you were going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And that she was going to have to do it again anyways.
Thanks, man. But yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, it's the fucking truth.
Yeah.
That's why, like, dude, I tell my dad to like mitigate at work. Like you are the boss. You tell other people what to do. Why are you doing everyone else's jobs? He's like, they're going to fuck it up, and I'm going to have to redo it anyways. I'm like, you're insane for that, but continue.
Yeah, but Steph gives me shit. She's like, you still, like, really? You're this bad with this shit? Like, there's just some things that I just don't know. Like, sometimes, like for example, there's some things that I'm like, wait, can this go in the dishwasher? Can this not go in the dishwasher? You struggle with that. Granted, you never had a dishwasher.
I've never had a dishwasher.
So I don't follow you for that. I've had a dishwasher since I was, like, in middle school.
Yeah.
So I should know all this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, shit, can this go in the dishwasher? And she's like, how do you not know this stuff? Dude. And I'm like, I mean, I did the dishes, but like my mom fixed everything that I did wrong, right? Like, I don't know. I should know this shit.
I just went fucking crazy. When I moved in here and I had a dishwasher, everything was going in there.
Yeah, well,
fucking everything.
Now you know. You got the.
Oh, I got flamed, dude.
Vern, last time.
This cutting board I told you last week that doesn't go in the fucking dishwasher. Doesn't go in the fucking dishwasher.
No, hey, bud. I don't know how this happened. Just reminder: the cutting board's you gotta hand wash.
It's a wooden cutting board. It was a nice one.
That's my way of saying it.
I put it in the dishwasher.
Being
twice.
A nice guy.
Here's the thing: I put it in there once, right when I first moved in, and stuff was like, hey, maybe we shouldn't put it in the dishwasher. There's no explanation as to why. Right? It was just, okay, she just doesn't want the cutting board in the dishwasher. Cool. I'm okay with that. I've hand washed dishes my entire life. I can hand wash the cutting board. But then I was unloading the dishwasher one time, saw the cutting board in there. I was like, rules changed. And so the next time I did dishes, I put the cutting board in the dishwasher. Steph unloaded it. She was like, Vern! All right.
I look at the chat and they go, was a nice one. Yeah, because it's been
basically,
in the dishwasher.
bottom rack too, dude. Just really lighting that thing up. But yeah.
Wait. Someone said, what are you going to teach your son if you don't know how to do shit? I guess, yeah, because I don't know.
Dude,
what to put it. I'll never be able to teach my son anything now.
It's funny because I feel like a lot of people are scared to like show their ignorance, but I've become just so like willfully ignorant in the sense that I'm like ready to expose myself at any moment. If I don't know something now, there was a point where I would try and fucking hide it because I was ashamed or I was embarrassed or something like that. Now, if I don't know something, I'm going to ask, and if you don't explain what I did wrong or what I should be doing or how I should be doing something, you're the fucking asshole. I'm not. I don't feel bad. I've never been exposed to it before.
Right.
If I'm making the same mistake over and over again, sure, fucking roast me, whatever. But if I make a mistake or I do something wrong and you don't explain why or you don't show me how to do something better, that's on you then. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm happy doing shit fucked up. I don't know. It's fucked up. It's just how I do shit, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was an example. Obviously, there's things that I know that maybe Steph doesn't know. Like, it's just, that's called life. Everyone knows something. There's things I know about.
It's just based on experiences, man.
Yeah.
Like, you could grow up, like, I'm trying to think of it like okay, this is something that everyone listening can relate to because we grew up in like the technology age. Pretty much everyone listening grew up with computers and stuff like that. How many times have you had to like show your grandparents how to use a fucking DVD player or something like that?
God, dude.
Bro?
My grandma and her fucking cell phone.
Like, is your grandma and grandpa stupid because of that?
Exactly,
No, they just haven't been exposed to that. They don't
far
know
in life. Jesus, it doesn't. It's like. Oh, my grandma doesn't know how to use her cell phone. How's she going to teach her daughter how to use a cell phone? Like, people are their own people. They can learn shit. Yeah. Obviously, as a father,
it's something
I will do my best to teach my son things, but just because I don't know how to put, like,
you can
a specific...
learn.
Yeah, like, we're human beings. As parents, here's the difference. Now that I'm older, like, when you're a kid, you look at your parents and you go, oh, that's mom and dad. You don't look at them as, like, human beings, right?
Yeah.
They're your parents. They know everything. But, like, when you're as an adult now, I'm like, dude, my parents probably had no fucking idea what they were doing. Yeah. Right? Like, they felt like I feel right now.
There's definitely, like, a defining moment in every, like parent-child relationship where, like, you start to see each other as equals more than, like, the father-son, mother-son, in my case, dynamic. And that, like, don't misconstrue that with, like, not respecting your parents or you don't need to respect. Like, I don't curse in front of my parents. Like, I respect them that much. They've never heard me curse. Like, maybe a couple slip ups.
I don't believe that. I think you've cursed around your mom.
I've only
because your mom curses.
Never. So does my dad, but I've never cursed
true.
at my mom. I said ass. I said ass. I was talking to her on the phone like last week, and I was like, some dude's been kicking my ass, and I like paused for a moment. I was like, oh fuck! I just said ass in front of my mom. Like, she's gonna, dude. She's gonna whoop me. Like, bro, dude, she didn't.
Yeah,
she
of
didn't.
course not.
But like, and the only time I've ever cursed in front of my dad, I slipped in the kitchen when I was growing up. I slipped, and I said, "Oh shit!" And I looked at him, and I was like, "Oh no!" And he just started laughing. And I was like, "Okay, I guess we're cool." But I just don't curse in front of my parents. But now, like, Are like opinions on things hold the same? I literally am in a group chat with my dad's side of the family, and I said something that kind of stirred the pot a little bit, and instead of just like frowning upon it and being like, don't talk to us that way, my dad was like, I appreciate everyone's opinions, and I'm happy. I want everyone to feel comfortable sharing their opinions, and that made me feel real good because as soon as I sent this text, I was like,
"You're like, oh shit, this is an adult conversation, not a father-son conversation. This is like,
well, yeah, equal." But I sent this text, and I knew it was gonna ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta ruffle some feathers. I realized that.
But the fact that my dad was like had my back, whether or not he agreed with me, he had my back. As far as like sharing my beliefs and my opinions.
That's good.
And it made me feel fucking so much better about the situation.
I think the biggest hump well, at least for me, is like just getting to the point of being comfortable in communicating with my parents on like on a level like that, right?
Dude, communication in general is
I mean,
hard.
it is. It's so fucking hard. You know, you're constantly learning how to do it and do it better, and feeling more comfortable doing it. But like, I just recently had a conversation with my parents that I needed to have. It was, you know, on a personal, serious level. And, you know, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have done it. I just wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But I did have it, and it was nice because I think you still have, like, you're conditioned from being a child, like, oh, you don't talk to your parents like this, or you don't have, like, whatever they say goes, they're always right, yada, yada, yada. But it was like, I had a serious conversation with them, and we had they talked back to me like I was an adult, and it wasn't like this
They
parent,
weren't talking down to
exactly.
you.
They were talking with me about it, and we had a discussion, and it was a very good discussion. It was very important to have, and it turned out great. Like, I felt heard, and, you know, things are being improved upon. Yeah. So, like, that was really key for me, and so obviously, I'm actually like, I think about it, and I'm excited to get there with my child. Yeah. Right? Because then you're like, oh, I'm not, obviously you're always going to be like a parent and a dad, and in terms of like support. But when I know there's a certain point where, like, my dad probably looks at me and goes, I'm kind of done being a dad. Yeah. Like, I'm done parenting him. Like, maybe if he needs some advice,
I mean, for a very long portion of your child's life, you are going to know what's best for them.
Exactly.
You're going to know what's best for them, and you're going to want to help steer them in the right direction. But there is going to come a point where, like, they're an adult, and they're capable of making their own decisions and helping you with decisions in life. You know what I mean?
Which is, like, as an adult, it's actually nice. You don't ever want to see it, but it is nice to see sometimes your parents be vulnerable. Like, them maybe be going through something, you're like, oh shit, they're a human being. They're going through something similar that I've experienced. Yeah. And you obviously, you don't want your parents to ever be in a situation like negative. That, right? But when you do see them in those vulnerable stages, you're like, oh God, they're a human being just like me. They're dealing with their own shit just like me. They're not picture perfect. And I don't know why, but, like, for the longest time, that was really big for me. Like, I never saw that. I always put my parents on this weird, they're my parents.
Oh,
they're fine.
My mom is perfect.
Right. No, my mom is perfect too. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, she's not going through anything bad, like, ever. Like, when I was younger, I didn't even think about that stuff. Oh, she's my mom. She's fine. Like, she doesn't have anything going on. Dude. But now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, man.
I think it's also just, like, us not being able to comprehend or realize it. Because at the time, they take care and they provide, and that's all we know. And so, like, now, like knowing what my parents made when I was growing up, and, like, our situation, and, like, knowing what I make and the cost of living and stuff, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, Jesus, I don't know how this even worked. Yeah. So you develop, as you experience things in life, you develop an understanding of what they were going through.
More appreciation too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tremendous amount of more appreciation, which, you know, I think as kids, you know, there's that saying you hear from parents all the time. You'll understand one day. Understand one day, which is so cliche, but it's true. It's so
There's
true.
a reason it's cliche.
It's so fucking true. Because as a kid, you just don't think like that.
No.
And then when you're an adult and you finally see your parents as people, you just do. You have more. I mean, not always, but usually you have a newfound appreciation and respect. You know, everything. As you should.
Kids fucking suck.
Dude, they can. Like, I know I sucked at times. Like,
I was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
dude.
I was a jerk. I just, you know, dude, I don't know. I lacked really, like, sympathy, and I was not empathetic at all when I was a kid. Like, even I remember my mom going through, like, my mom divorced my dad, and I remember that being, like, a really, you know, I was really close with my mom, but, like, as a kid, like, it was sad, and I could see my mom was sad about it. But, like, I didn't know, I couldn't empathize. Like, I had no, like.
How old were you?
I'm granted, I was in, like, 6th or 7th grade. Like, I was pretty young. But, like, I still look back on that and been like, I could.
The biggest issue is, like, what's for lunch that
right,
day.
But I still feel like, looking back, I was like, God, dude, I was a dick. I could have been way more, like.
Of course you could.
Sympathetic and, like,
but you're a
understanding.
Child and you don't understand the gravity of these situations.
Exactly. I always just thought, well, you're getting divorced. That's what you want. Like, who cares? Shouldn't you be happier now? Like, isn't it a better time now? Like, that was my mindset. Like, I don't understand. If you chose to do this, it's not obviously that simple. But, like, I look back on that and be like, God, I'm such a, like, emotionally, like, I was such a fucking idiot.
Text your mom after this and tell her you're sorry.
I have.
He said I literally did before this.
I have. So it's like it's shit like that.
Yeah.
Like it's so much different. And I'm sure my son will be a little dick in that regard in some aspect, at some point in his life, obviously.
Yeah.
Just kidding. My son's going to be perfect and he'll never do that.
It's your son, dude.
Yeah, that's true, dude. If he's anything
Thank
like
God
me,
Steph is the other half of that
right?
child
Or
because
he'd be a devil spawn.
oh my God, dude.
I'm half demon.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm a nice guy.
Ugh.
My mom says I was a good kid, but granted, that's my mother. So she's going to say that.
My mom doesn't say I'm a nice kid.
Oh, well, you're
I was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So my mom.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah. Basically. I'm okay with that.
I'm
not okay with it. No.
I'm just kidding.
I'm super nice now, except when dude.
You're toxic.
Only when playing games, bro. Only when it's funny.
No, on a real note, you are like one of the nicest dudes I've ever met.
I try to be.
Like, yeah, you're also the biggest piece of shit, and you say dumb shit to rile me up. I know you do, but like, I know you've never actually like on a anytime anything serious, you're always supportive. You're always like a good person.
Yeah.
So you put on a show.
I like making people laugh. I think that's probably one of like the greatest parts about this job is like being able to like make people smile. Like I get such joy from that shit, right? And so like there's no limit. I'll do whatever as long as I'm not gonna get my channel taken away. Like I will say and do whatever, bro. to make, if I know it's gonna get a positive reaction out of chat, I would dude.
Well, that's better than some streamers because some people just reaction. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. There's just that's how people are.
Sometimes it like it might not be like necessarily like happy laugh reaction, but it's all like a shock value that like will it result in like laughter, like oh my God, I can't believe you said that, it's so dumb.
I mean, I'm the same way. I say a lot of things, like I think about it and I'm like, oh, they're gonna be like what the fuck or yikes, but like I'm gonna say it because it'll make someone laugh or like, but I absolutely know what I'm doing. For sure. Like so I get that.
So that's literally like going back, like that's what the toxicity is online. The reason I talk shit when we play 2K is because none of them can hear me. And when I do talk shit to other people, it's after they start it. Like if they're flaming me on League or something like that first,
right?
Like I would definitely combat that. I would definitely like say some shit back.
Not
toxic. Because I'm angry, but because it's gonna be fucking funny, right? And it, like I always make sure to like never cross a line or anything like that. Like some people get real rude.
I don't know, bro. That grandma comment was kind of fucked.
Dude, I was talking to that grandma like she was the one playing 2K against us, bro. I still feel so bad about that.
Here's one. I would find it so hard to believe that was like I read comments like that on Twitch all the time. Like, oh, hey, dude, my girlfriend's next to me. She says you're super hot.
Okay,
like,
for context for the podcast, we were playing 2K, and like mid-game, Brennan reads a comment from his chat about, he was like, some dude was like, oh, my grandma's watching.
Was really wholesome, which makes me believe it was real.
Yeah, he was like, my grandma's watching, she thinks you're cute.
Or no, she thinks you're a very handsome young man.
Yeah, very handsome young man. Yeah. And like, we're in the middle of playing 2K. I've already been shouting profanities at our opponents like the whole game.
Toxic.
And then like, dude, I don't even remember like how the conversation got there, but I basically said that she was ugly because she's old. Like that's literally how it went.
Oh, he doesn't think that about her. She's old or some shit like that. I can't remember.
I don't remember either because I literally was not there in that moment. I was focused on basketball, but I just knew I had to be fucking toxic.
Like, Jesus, dude.
But I felt I still feel so fucking bad about that. Like I'm praying that she's just like at least the grandchild is watching one of these streams so they can be like
headphones on or something and she didn't hear it.
So no.
Or she's just never coming back to my stream
or
again.
that he'll tell that I think she's a lovely lady.
Or she laughed
just
at
not
it.
my type.
Or she's one of those grandmas that's fucking laughing at it.
Dude,
which is dope. That makes her even cooler and way better looking.
It just felt mean afterwards, and that is so out of character for me.
Well, there's only one thing you should do.
I'll take her out, dude.
You should marry her.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna marry her.
You should marry her.
If she's rich, I will.
Ooh, you get yourself a sugar gammy.
I would love that. I would want nothing more in life.
A sugar gammy?
Dude, I will like blow the dust off and go to town if she's rich.
Yeah, you just have to get through the cobwebs.
I'm okay
every
with that.
other night or something.
Dude,
I'll
bring my machete.
At this point, she might have a couple STDs, but You know,
no, that's gonna be a requirement because I don't want to fuck myself in the future.
You want to it's gonna be a requirement that she has STDs.
No, she doesn't. But
you know, I don't know,
dude. I just hope.
Wow, are you saying you'd remarry?
What? After she passed?
You said for the future.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
What the fuck?
You're a fucking little
dude. I haven't even hit. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's fucked up.
No, it's not fucked up, dude.
Up. So you'd be
what?
You'd be her trophy husband.
This rich old lady.
Yeah,
bro. She like literally wants a spry young lad. I haven't even hit my prime yet. Dude.
Oh no. Okay.
I got. Dude, I'm about mid-30s, bro. I'm gonna be peak.
I've heard sex in your 40s is tremendous.
Yeah, dude.
She'd be probably older than that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like, and don't get me wrong. Like I'll be faithful. I've never cheated in a relationship. I don't plan on starting with the woman who pays my bills. You know.
Yeah.
And so like I'll give her the best 3-4 years of her life.
She's that old?
With any luck.
Jesus, dude.
I'm just kidding.
With any luck. Look, this man's going to be taking insurance, fucking life insurance policies out.
I'm just
Yikes, dog.
kidding. I would never. I could never. Dude,
yikes, bro.
But I do.
Imagine.
Jesus Christ. We started this conversation so I could apologize to this poor old lady. And I'm like, yeah, I'll marry you if you die soon.
Imagine you're like, Mom, I'm bringing my new woman around.
This hole just keeps getting deeper, bro.
You bring her to see your mom. She's twice your mom's age.
My mom would support me.
She probably would. No, she wouldn't. There's no fucking way.
She would think I was joking, but if I like really sat her down and convinced her, and then told her she had like 15 mil coming my way in about 4 or 5 years, my mom would be like, fist bump.
Nice. Yeah. Sauce me some of that money.
I'm just fucking
Sauce
kidding.
me a mill.
I could never enter a relationship where money was like a deciding factor for any parties.
Yeah.
Dude, it would just feel, I would hate that.
You'd hate yourself with $15 million.
No, dude, it gives me anxiety now.
Yeah.
Because like I do okay for myself now, but like I realize that like what I do is not forever, right?
Is a corruption of morals worth that?
Yeah, and like I don't want to enter in a relationship where like if I didn't have this type of success, if I was just in the factory and my bills were paid, right? They wouldn't have the see me in the same light or have the same interest in me. That is a fear of mine. And so I could never like play that role.
Well, there's some people who are like, fuck what anyone thinks. I'm $15 million richer.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me.
Fair enough. I'm just saying that's money talks. Money changes people. Money does a lot of things. You know?
I mean, I guess I haven't seen that amount of money ever in my life.
Right.
So maybe
it's not even fathomable.
Like, it's like that thing where like if you were gonna like, people say, oh, would you suck a dick for like 10 grand? Like, that's a bad example because I would probably for much less. But like, would you like, what's a good example? Everything I go to sounds really, really bad. I was like, would you steal a car for $1 million? Like, fuck yeah, I would steal a car for $1 million.
If I could get away with it, I would steal
some like,
shit car
what
that's broken down. What I'm
trying to get at is like,
I would find a loophole.
The amount of money is like, doesn't seem real until it's in front of you, until it's actually obtainable. And then it's like, maybe I would throw a couple morals out the window.
How much money to suck a dick?
It depends whose dick, if we're speaking honestly.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Tucker's dick.
Tucker doesn't have sex. I feel
so you're saying his dick's clean.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't know about that.
Tucker's desperate. He doesn't have sex, so he's desperate, which means it's probably not clean.
Yeah.
I would have to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
First.
Tucker's definitely a dude that has like a hentai fleshlight.
Oh, that's fine though.
He might fuck an octopus fleshlight.
What's wrong with that?
That he doesn't clean.
While staring at an anime body pillow. I don't see a problem with that. Unless he didn't clean.
How much?
To suck Tucker's dick. Dude. Am I drunk or no?
You're in any inebriated state you need to be.
Look, very, very drunk. You know what? Next, episode 26. Okay, what I want to do is leave a review for the podcast and just like everyone just ask like
the amount of money
for random shit.
Oh,
I'm gonna get real drunk. Oh. Like we'll start like I'll be sober at the start of the podcast and it'll be like, dude, at least 30 mil to suck Tucker's dick. And then by the end, shit.
$5 is $5.
If my boy brought over a fucking sandwich.
And I'm hungry enough.
I'm getting dinner and dessert. Tell you what.
Jesus Christ,
dude, that sounds like a great bit.
Jesus Christ, dude. So you still didn't tell me how much money.
I don't know, because I don't know. I don't think I would suck dick for money.
Never.
No, it's just not something I'm
So
interested
a billionaire, Tucker's like, dude, I got $1 billion. Put my dick in your mouth.
Right now, I'm going to say, no, I would 100%.
$1 billion.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, 100%.
I would suck the shit out of Tucker's dick for $1 billion.
Yeah.
Then I would just get a new mouth. I would wipe my memory.
Solid plan.
I would wipe my memory. I'd get that thing I would literally take the $1 billion, I would invest it, and I would create the little fucking brain thing from Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would use it on myself.
You've never sucked Tucker's dick.
Never. And then I would be none the wiser.
You're like, I feel great. Yeah. And I have where'd this $1 billion come from?
My jaw's a little sore.
Yeah, no, I honestly, yeah.
You know, I there's just,
it's weird when you know the person.
Yeah,
because
like
true. Especially them not being here. If Tucker consented to it, if Tucker asked me the question, I'd probably do it for like $30.
What the fuck? If he consented, you would do it for $30?
If he didn't consent, I wouldn't do it.
Be careful.
Just to be clear. If Tucker didn't consent to me sucking his dick, I just wouldn't. Can we just change the subject, please? I'm back to this hole I've been digging all fucking podcast long.
I was gonna say, Tucker's desperate, dude. Be careful. He might hear this. Tucker shows up at your door. I got 50.
Bro, he was in our chat like 100 gifted subs if he had a half court shot, bro. He's gonna be in our chat tonight like 100 gifted subs if you suck my dick right now. We're like,
I'll pay for your flight.
Honestly, we're literally about 100 sub points away from unlocking another emote. Let's fucking run them cheeks, fam.
I'm desperate, bro. Highest sub count in the history. Might have to do it.
Seriously. Let's go, Tuckbone.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
No, we joke about this now, but I'm gonna get some random asshole in the chat who thinks that like that's an appropriate conversation to have with us. Realize that we're talking amongst friends about friends, and if anyone,
if you want to come into my chat and drop 100 gifted subs, I'll think about it.
Dude,
Thanks
like
gifted
bro,
subs.
There's just like some weird sense of entitlement that happens sometimes when money's involved, and
True.
I don't ever, dude.
True, especially when it's
I don't even want to play
like,
into that.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Yeah,
that's a whole thing.
We can derail again if you'd like.
I just don't entertain it.
Yeah,
you know, like I just don't entertain that kind of stuff.
I honestly can't remember the last time it's like happened to me in particular. Maybe like little things here and there, but I've definitely cut it off very quick.
Yeah.
I
don't entertain shit like that anymore, dude. My patience is too thin, and I just don't care. I just don't care anymore,
dude. Actually, though,
like
a little jaded.
I don't let things get to me as much as I used to. Like I used to be so sensitive when it came to streaming, like just little things. Granted, this was a different time and I had other stuff going on in my life and stuff, right? But like there used to be a time where I was so sensitive, like little things could really piss me off.
Yeah.
And now I'd imagine it's very difficult to actually make me angry. Now I just like if it's something I don't want to see, then I'm like ban or like or I just ignore it. Because if you ignore it, it goes away because people want the attention, you know?
Absolutely.
And I obviously that's the thing that you learn over time, but it's true.
Yeah.
There was more stuff we want to talk about.
Dude, there's a ton. We haven't talked about anything we wanted to talk about today.
NBA bubble back. It's live.
Pacers,
which is incredible.
Pacers. Blazers are 1-1.
Blazers are 1-1. We beat Memphis, was huge because we were 2.5 games back. We're like 3 games back, 3.5 games back of the 8th seed in the West.
Dude, basketball is back, and it's like happening so quickly. Like Blazers are playing every day there's games.
Yeah, every single day there's games. So everyone's playing every other day, pretty much.
And that's so good for basketball
it's crazy.
fans. It's so good.
Dude, it's amazing. Like actually the best part is because it's on the East Coast and they're trying to get in all these games, the games are early as hell. So usually I'd be like, I have to do
I'm over here at
stream
noon to watch the games with you.
There's a 9 a.m. game coming up. I don't even know how I'm going to wake up for that one. 9 a.m., dude, I don't see that ever.
Yeah.
But like there really is like early games. So I can watch the game and then the game is ending. I'm so used to it being like 9, 10 p.m. when the game's over.
Can't do nothing.
I'm like, oh, dude, I can fire up the stream and get a full stream. And what a great day.
Hell yeah,
Started my day off with basketball. Like, hell yeah. Granted, Blazers had a tough loss in
against
game
the Celtics,
against
dude.
the Celtics.
That was a rough game.
It was.
I mean, you guys just dug yourself such a hole early, man.
Like horribly
down
in the first
21,
half.
I think. And then brought it back. You took the lead in the fourth quarter.
And then lost in the final minutes. Yeah.
Damn.
That was rough.
Both the Blazers games have been mad close. First one went to overtime.
OT against
this
Memphis.
one brought it back from 21 down, took the lead, and just couldn't finish. But man, they've been exciting to watch, bro.
They've been exciting. Nurk has been Nurk. I mean, he 18
Playing
months off.
Great, dude.
18 months off
So
after
good.
his gruesome leg injury, which I think the vast majority of basketball fans have seen. It's awful. It's one of those ones where you don't want to see it. His leg just snapped into.
I don't
it was
like.
awful, terrible injury.
No, thank you.
And he was literally at his peak. He had been playing so well. He was easily our second best player on the team. Like, he was playing better than CJ when he got injured.
Yeah.
And then he went down, and that was just so rough for our team. 18 months later, he's back, and honestly, I was a little hesitant. Granted, the bubble, he's been scrimmaging and doing all that stuff. But he looks just like he did.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Just like he did. Like he did not skip a beat.
He was your most consistent scorer against the
Celtics.
Against the Celtics, yeah. Dude,
he's been great, and he's been doing it all. He passing, blocks, steals, rebound, scoring, just doing it all. Yeah. Setting fucking just big man screens like brick wall shit.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, it's been great. Like, I definitely still have PTSD, I think, from it. Like, every time I see him go up, dunk the ball, like my body cringes, and I'm like, I'm expecting it.
Oh, we were talking about that, dude. I get the same way with D Rose, man.
Yeah.
Anytime he goes in the air at all, I'm like, he's coming down without knees, bro. He's coming down without knees. It is super scary.
And you think about that as from a fan perspective, like how you feel about it, and then how they feel about it. So I actually read that because I was curious. I was like, if I feel this way, how does Nurk have such confidence, right?
Yeah.
Granted, he's been rehabbing it for 18 months. He's been moving and jumping and doing all these things, so he's becoming more comfortable with his body again. But apparently, I read he watched him break his own leg over and over and over.
To desensitize himself to it?
To desensitize himself.
That's a little fucking crazy.
Right? But kind of smart, right? Like, he at first, I'm sure it was so hard for him to watch it, but he just kept watching it, and it helped him overcome it. And now he's not scared.
Dude, that shit would make me squeamish.
Oh, me too.
I'd be throwing up.
But granted, I've only watched it maybe 4 or 5 times. He watched it thousands of times. So and I've never even thought about that.
That's traumatizing. That's so fucked up.
But to watch yourself break your leg that in a gruesome way like that,
dude, it's making me weak right now. I feel weak.
Dude. Smart though. I mean, granted, it was probably he probably had a whole training regimen, and he looks confident out there, jumping on it, doing everything he needs to. So obviously it worked. So it's honestly, no matter what, if the Blazers don't pull into an 8th seed, I am still seeing Nurk back has been amazing.
They can still play in though, right? There's a play-in tournament.
There's a play-in tournament. So I'm not exactly sure how it works. I don't know if they fight for an 8th seed and then. I think even if they don't get the 8th seed, there's still a play. I don't know how it works.
Is there 8 Eastern teams playing?
No. So maybe. No, there has to be. There's no way. There's no way you don't get in. If you were a top 8 seed in a conference, you get invited.
I think
because there's 20 something teams.
Okay.
So there has to be.
Yeah, but there's way more West teams than there are East.
I don't know how it works. I don't know what they're really doing.
Because the East, the bottom of the East was their records were not good.
Yeah, maybe they're changing the formula, but I haven't really seen it. I know I heard something about a play-in tournament. I don't know who really falls into that. The Blazers might fall into that, and then you play and you win, you get a spot in the playoffs, which would be incredible. But I think that's still for an 8th seed, so I don't know really where that falls. Memphis is currently the 8th seed, but actually I think they might have they were playing the Pels today.
Are the Nets in the bubble?
The who? The Nets?
The Nets, Brooklyn Nets.
I don't know.
I don't remember seeing them. They're the 8th seed right now.
I haven't seen them play.
They might be. Honestly, I don't know.
But granted, I haven't been watching every single game, so I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
The Memphis Grizzlies are the 8th seed right now. But they've lost already 2 games, and they might have lost their 3rd game today.
Yeah.
And the Blazers are right behind them. So, granted, if the Pelicans beat them, the Pelicans are fighting for that spot too. So that helped the Pelicans, but I think that also helps the Blazers. And the Pelicans did win 109-99. So that's actually huge.
Yeah.
So the Grizzlies have lost every game in the bubble so far. And
it's not like they're playing bad either. They've all been, well, as far the Blazers game was close.
Yeah, the Blazers game we went to OT. Foul trouble, I think, really hurt them because
foul trouble's been hurting the entire league since starting back up in the bubble.
Dude, the foul trouble is really interesting to me. And I think the reason that we're seeing it is because, again, it's a way more intimate experience for the players. Like, there's no fans, there's no crowd. It's like they're playing in a gym, and things can get a little bit, I feel like, even more heated when
they're trying to set a precedent.
They're trying to really keep a lock on. And it's not only that, it's not like if something bad happens, these guys get to get on a bus or fly home or something. Like,
yeah,
right? They
cool
don't,
down.
Right.
They're going to the same hotels.
They're all in the same little bubble. Like, they
Yeah.
don't go anywhere. So I think they're really trying to control that.
Yeah.
Because they don't want something
Dude,
bad to happen.
it's been frustrating, though. As someone who has no stakes in any of the games, like, watching them has been frustrating. Because you have these players that are like not even allowed to show any emotion. We saw it when we were watching the Blazers.
Oh, that was
Grizzlies
so frustrating.
Games. They called like 4 techs in the fourth quarter, and it was just players like being animated and being excited for the amazing plays they just made. Yeah. And basketball is all about momentum. So you have these players coming down, making a monster dunk that can swing everything. Yeah. Getting loud, roaring a little bit, and then getting teed up for it. It's not like they're saying like anything foul, and they're not using profanity.
And even if they are, like, competition's competition, basketball's basketball. Like,
agreed. Yeah, no, agreed.
It's okay to have,
as long as you're not getting physical and you're not getting like personal. Yeah. Like leave it on the court. Talk shit about basketball.
Dude, I even think like, it doesn't matter what they say. They can still be.
I don't know. If you come at like someone's family or something like
that,
you deserve to
like
get hit.
Even in a non-bubble scenario, if you're doing that kind of stuff. But if you're keeping it basketball, and there's still people who talk shit, but like, I don't know. That's basketball. That's the shit I want to see in the bubble.
Yeah. Actually,
we noticed in the second game that the mic volume on the court was way lower.
We weren't even hearing whistles.
We couldn't even hear the whistles from the refs on the court, and I think that was intentional because maybe someone said something during the bubble because it's so much quieter in there that the mics are picking up a lot more from the players.
They do have like audio pumped in, like crowd audio and stuff, and just like kind of white noise almost. Dude, the bubble's actually just super interesting in general. You pointed out that like the floors, it's the same like 3 courts you said,
and I think it's 3 arenas.
They green screen. Yeah. Like teams' advertisers and stuff onto the court, like all of the advertisements that you've seen for the particular courts. If you're watching these games,
most of them. I think the only one that's an actual on the court like decal is the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not an advertisement,
That's their entire
NBA-wide.
That's their mission statement for this
actually,
bubble
which is dope too. Like all the jerseys and stuff. I love that. I love that because LeBron had an interview after the Clippers-Lakers game. And I was telling you about this, but they were interviewing him about the Black Lives Matters movement and like the NBA stance on it and how like loud and proactive that they're being right now. And he was like, in the past we've seen progress and then we've taken our foot off the gas a little bit and then shit just doesn't change. It goes back to the way it was.
Right.
And we need to keep making sure that we are moving forward and doing better. And I was like, dude, that like the timing is perfect because like even myself, like I still believe Black Lives Matter. I still want to like
of course.
I like, you know what I mean? But like I haven't been as loud about it. I haven't been tweeting as many petitions and stuff like that. And so like I'm happy that the NBA is still being loud about it and having like this center stage. And like still pushing this because like I don't want to see it go away. I don't want to see it like fade. I don't want to take our foot off the pedal like LeBron was saying.
I think that really shows how the NBA Players Association like they really truly appreciate their platform and their ability to speak to all these millions of people. And that was their big thing. Like, if we're coming back to play, we want to be allowed to be able to talk about this, use our platform for good. And I think it's really big that the NBA, from an owner standpoint and commissioner standpoint, they said, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. And the fact that everyone's on board and it's just big understanding between all the players and coaches and all the staff, I think that's incredible. That actually shows me, like, that is why the NBA is my favorite league. Like,
absolutely. Like, I mean, you got people from other leagues getting fined.
You have people from other leagues who are going to fucking strip clubs. Granted, Lou Williams, come on, bro. you have the half the Florida Marlins or the Miami Marlins baseball team.
It might have just ruined baseball.
Yeah, baseball might be shut down now.
They're still traveling from city to city.
They are, so they're still going to the actual stadiums. They're traveling, but half of the Miami Marlins tested positive for COVID because half the fucking team went to a strip club.
Yeah.
Like, so the NBA, obviously, it's a little different with baseball teams. They're a lot larger. Yeah. I think it would be. I don't even think it's possible to create a bubble like the NBA.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
what I think. Like football and stuff, like these teams are so massive. There's no way that you can have like all the players and all the teams. Like NBA rosters are max 15, and then you have like coaches, staff.
Well, but here's the difference. Basketball is a contact sport. Baseball, you don't need to be near anybody. Yeah. The closest you're going to be to someone is like if someone comes to tag you or when you're standing next to them near a base. Catcher and batter.
Or batter.
Yeah, that's the closest you're going to be to people. You don't need to be close to anyone.
Right.
So like that is really bizarre to me. Out of all sports, I feel like that one, if you're
set up for success.
Exactly. If you have proper integrity and like everyone agrees not to be a fucking piece of shit, and you just follow protocols, everyone
you can have your sport back.
You can have your sport back.
Yeah.
You can and you can
and it be safe.
But some people just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're going to strip clubs, bro. Like the Miami Marlins, they're postponing the games right now until all of them come back negative. I think they're all in quarantine again.
But that literally ruins the entire league because if they are all positive, they probably infected teams that they played. They probably staff members. They're probably like, and then what do you start? Do you just start like canceling teams? Like the Marlins are just out this season. Then it changed the entire fucking league.
Yeah,
because you're without a team.
A team, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, dude, like, what do they do at this point?
Seeing how baseball's handled it. And then now seeing the NBA's hand, I think the NHL is also starting back up.
I don't follow hockey at all, but I have a lot of people who do that have been very loud in my chat talking about it. So they're
Seattle
very excited.
Krakens,
dude.
Seattle's getting a hockey team.
That's exciting.
Next season.
I mean, I don't.
And we're
hockey.
called the Seattle Krakens. They already teamed up with Kraken Spiced Rum.
Love that. Actually, we're going to games.
We're going to games, and I already ordered merch. I can't wait for it to get here. I've never had a reason to watch hockey. It's never been on television here because we don't have a team. The nearest team to us is Vancouver, the Vancouver Canucks, and it's in Canada. I've never even seen a Canucks game. So I have a team that's going to be like actually on TV here, and I'm going to get to watch. I really want to like try to get into it. And I actually like over the years I've found myself like the more like I used to just hockey highlights, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a shit. And then the last couple of years I've been watching it in SportsCenter. I'm like, hockey highlights. Like, dude, I don't have a stake in this, but shit, this is fun to watch.
I think there's just something about the atmosphere of sporting events because I've been to.
Sure.
I have no interest in hockey. Right. Yeah. I've never been a hockey fan before.
But they go hard, man.
But
it's fun.
I've been to a minor league hockey game. And dude, had an absolute fucking blast. And so like, dude, I wouldn't mind going to games, and maybe who knows? Maybe I find a team.
Maybe
Seattle Kraken. I mean, I do have the Red Wings,
dude. They obviously this is not official, and they probably won't be called this, but everyone's like, so the fans are called the Crackheads.
Oh God, dude.
Crackheads! I'm a crackhead! Woo! Yikes. I want to be a crackhead, dude. That's going to be the unofficial team fan name.
Someone clip that and just take it out of context.
Is the Seattle Crackheads, dude. Fuck yeah. I'm in, dude. I'm going to get a custom jersey that says crackhead on the back with a K. It's going to be so good, dude. I can't wait.
You got a child coming.
We're crackheads.
He could be a crackhead too.
He could be a little crackhead. That's my boy.
That's my crack baby.
He's
a little crack baby.
I get him a newborn custom Kraken jersey, and it says "Crack Baby" on the back.
Take him to all the games. Biggest fans.
Oh my god, dude! This is genius. This is pure genius.
No, you're gonna go.
That's
your
genius.
child's gonna take it from you.
Steph would never let that happen.
She's gonna beat the shit out of you for suggesting. She's gonna beat the shit out of me for saying it.
Yeah, she will. That's
talking
a great idea. Vern, you get to give that to him as a present.
I'm not.
So that I can't get in trouble. You're the uncle. Come on, dude.
You can pay me to do it.
Fit your position properly.
What?
Play your position properly. Come on, dude. Let's not Have it be
I'll get him a
2K
crack
thing.
baby shirt and a fucking bottle of whiskey. He's 2.
Jesus Christ. It's about time. Put some hair on that chest. Good God.
Used to give this to you all the time when you wouldn't sleep at night, boy.
Jesus Christ.
A little on the gums.
Rub it on the gums?
Yeah. My mom swears by it.
Jesus, dude. That's so fucked up. But it makes sense.
I turned out okay.
Well, yeah, it depends on who you ask.
What do you mean?
Look,
I set the bar really low there.
You are an alcoholic, so
I said,
it really makes
okay.
sense.
I'm just bored, dude. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just bored. We're in quarantine.
Yeah, someone said the arena could be called the crack house.
Crack den?
The crack den, you know? There's just, the possibilities are endless. I'm
dude.
so excited.
They already regret the name.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I can't wait.
They're going to listen to this podcast and be like, wow. Really?
Yeah, I'm sure the Seattle Kraken, like, front office.
The owner is, like, literally your biggest fan.
Huge fan. Awesome. Then you picked the perfect name, and I can't wait to be a crackhead. I'm very excited.
He's cringing. I'm cringing.
Or it was completely intentional, and they are self-aware, which makes it even better.
Oh,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah. And they unofficially create a fan Twitter that's called the Seattle Crackheads. And, like, you know, it's like the Seattle 12s, the 12th man for the Seahawks. But it's crackheads. I'm telling you, man, it's a thing. It's all the comments are like, we're crackheads.
You should jump on that right now and run that account.
No, I don't have the time, and I don't know hockey that well. I don't know hockey well enough to run a fan account for a hockey team.
Yeah, but you're about to be the biggest crackhead I know.
That's true, bro. I can't wait. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait, dude. So, but yeah, I haven't been really paying attention to the NHL bubble too much. But are
they in a bubble?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah,
I know the WNBA
and
the NBA is a bubble. I don't really know what the NHL is doing. I don't know if they're doing it like baseball, where it's just kind of like, you know, an honor system and they're still traveling. I don't know. I would assume, because I feel like hockey teams are pretty big. Maybe not. I don't know how big a hockey team is.
They're similar. They're comparable to NBA teams.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There's only, what, like 6-7 players for each team on the court?
I don't even know.
Or on the ice?
On the rink?
Yeah.
On the ice? Dude, we're fucking awful. I don't know what shit.
There's like a
hockey.
center, 2 forwards, 2 defensemen.
Maybe, there's 5 or 6 positions. I don't think
And then the goalie. So 6?
5 on the ice. Yeah,
Five.
so it's just like basketball.
I think there's 6.
No, 5.
5 and then a goalie?
5.
Does the goalie count?
Oh, 6. I guess goalie. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, mother. Hey, who's the crackhead now, bitch?
5 and a goalie. Oh, true. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So 6. I knew it wasn't 7.
Were those positions right too, Chad? Because I pulled that out of my ass.
No, it seems about right. I would say it's more comparable to soccer, right? In terms of positioning.
Dude, I wouldn't know.
I think. Oh, you never played soccer?
I never played soccer or FIFA. I went to one soccer camp one time growing up.
I don't remember the actual positions. I just know there was 2 forwards. I think you have 2 forwards, one on each side. You have 2 defenders in the back, and then you have 1 person in the front. Actually, no, I think there was more than that. Fuck, I don't even know how many people play soccer anymore. Yeah. I used to play soccer. I don't remember shit. Anyway, I know basketball and baseball.
Amen, bruv.
That's about it.
Yeah.
And I know NASCAR. They drive in a circle. That's all you need to know.
For how long?
500 laps.
Is
Daytona
it actually?
500. 500 laps. Dude, I don't know. They just don't stop. I don't know. They drive left turns all day.
Just turn it back on the next day. These motherfuckers still driving.
Dude, I imagine like NASCAR is so fucking fun to go to because you're just blacked out and every so often you just hear and you just drink, wait till they come back again. Every time. I don't know what this motion is. It looks like I'm doing something else. But every time, dude, you just getting all your drinks in, and then for that one little that's my vehicle noise, dude, that I'm making with my voice.
Sounds like kind of Hemi.
It sounds like 3 Hemis.
Dude, and a half.
Yeah. So I figure that's what NASCAR's like. Yeah, 500 miles, someone said. Is that 500 laps?
I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is they drive a car.
Fast. Super fast.
Way faster than I could drive a car.
Yeah.
Because I would be so scared.
Oh, yeah, me too. It gives me anxiety. I don't fuck with cars.
Just thinking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, apparently the Daytona 500 is 200 laps.
Stupid.
So I'm fucking dumb. Anyways,
Dude,
a lot of laps, a lot of vrooms. Yeah, I just know basketball and baseball. Those are really the only 2 sports I know anything about. This man over here yawning.
Dude, talking about NASCAR almost sent me to sleep. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh, man.
NASCAR's a party, dude. I do not follow any sporting event except for maybe golf, because even though I bet golf is fun to go to, everything is better live. Yeah, golf might be the only one I'm not that into. Even live, I probably wouldn't be
Dude,
into it.
I can get fucking obliterated on a golf court and have a good time.
Golf
Course. And have a good time. But I don't know if I'd like actually be having a good time enjoying the sport itself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, I can go to Topgolf and have a blast.
Yeah, because it's literally a driving range where you get drunk and eat food and hang out with your friends. Of course,
Is
you're gonna
that
have a
not
blast.
like a regular golf?
Well, yeah, for some people it is.
Like, give me some fucking wings, dude, and a beer. Just let me go to town, brother.
I mean, yeah.
I'll make golf fun.
True. That would be. I've never golfed. A putt-putt's fun. Putt-putt's a great time.
Same.
But I've never actually golfed like a nine hole course
me either.
or 18 holes or anything.
I don't know if I have any interest in it either.
Never even. And the only
Most
driving
of it I
I've ever done-
suck.
Oh yeah, dude.
We should go to Topgolf. There's one not too far from here.
Yeah, there is. I'm awful at driving.
Same.
Because.
But we're there to get drunk and eat food.
Oh, I'm down. Especially before my child's here, because then I won't be able to do that kind of stuff.
Yes,
Actually,
you will.
my kid could go to Topgolf.
Yeah, your kid can get drunk.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Slam some wings.
Uncle Vern. Habanero spicy for the young man.
And you'll take 2 honey barbecue. He's 6 months old. I'll help him eat him. It's fine. He also wants a beer too.
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
double fisting.
Dude. Anyways, Steph. I hope Steph never goes back like 10 years from now and listens to all these podcasts and goes, "What the fuck?"
Dude, we're just having fun.
Just having a good time, Steph.
We got the kids' best interest in mind. Usually,
all the time.
At least
all the
I
time. This is
do.
all a joke. All the time. Anyway, actually, no, we get serious sometimes.
Yeah.
Occasionally. We were pretty serious today.
Oh, yeah. The last 2 podcasts have taken very serious. We literally didn't talk. We had.
Did we have other topics? Because
we've been going for a minute though.
We can save them for. We've ever done.
We can save them for the next episode. Honestly, I'm cool wrapping up there, bro.
All right,
NASCAR goes vroom vroom, bro.
NASCAR does go vroom vroom.
We're
leave his
crackheads
comments
now.
Let me.
Dude,
we are
I'm serious
future
about
crackheads.
how much money to do stuff. That would be a funny bit.
Yeah, leave us comments. Ask us questions.
We'll answer I'll answer like 5 at the start of the podcast. Okay. I'll drink and then we'll answer 5 to end the podcast when I'm fucking hammered.
Great, and I'll just be.
I'm just looking for an excuse to drink.
Yeah, we know. We're 25 episodes in. We know.
We only got drunk on 1 podcast, bro. I'm itching. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay. Thank you guys
just kidding.
So much for listening.
I hope you guys had a good day.
Yeah.
Whenever, wherever you're listening to this.
Sorry about the break. Things have been crazy. Baby on the way. New
we're
house.
good this week.
We're on time. We're back on schedule. Yeah. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. For those of you watching right here, right now, we might even play a little 2K later.
Yeah,
we're playing 2K. We're playing 2K. Vern's gonna go home and set it up. But if you're listening to this, thank you guys so much for your continued support on the podcast. If this is your first time listening, follow it if you liked it. Leave us a comment. Leave us a review. You guys can check out all our social medias, all that stuff down below. I'm Gold Glove on pretty much everything.
Vern Notice.
On
everything else.
The beautiful man with the beautiful lips and the mustache.
Yeah, dude.
He's hard to miss. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2
exactly
weeks?
2 weeks. Well, I mean, if you guys are frequenters of everything else that we do, we'll see you probably before then. But if you guys are just listen to the podcast, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right, so
we'll see you guys then.
Enjoy your time until then. Be good. Do good.
Do many good things.
Do them all.
Do many good things.
And have good times.
Goodbye.
See you later.